Most important part. Second most important part is access to food. Third most, you're taking notes on broadcast.
Jimmy, this is Will and Jack. They're high school students helping us with issues.
I'm just I've been a broadcaster for like 20 years, and they called me in to fill in tonight since I haven't done any high school this year, and my gig tomorrow takes me to Menominee for Stout and Platteville. So, but
What do you broadcast for?
right now Platteville, and then just streams one-offs everywhere else. I used to work on 1070 in Madison for like the last 8 years, but they canceled all their high school programming. So I didn't have a Friday gig, and I happen to have tonight free, so that's why I'm here. That and the food, the concessions. So. I'm a very serious broadcaster, obviously, so. Yeah, right. They usually wait until like week 4 or level 4 for that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Well,
So annoying.
yeah. I have insider information, but it's not been released yet, so I can't say anything.
I probably got this. About what?
All conference stuff.
Oh, I've probably got the same info, so. I just don't know if I'm allowed to broadcast it, so. Alright.
What's that? I don't know. Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. There's lots of stuff. I mean, I'm just gonna put it right here.
Oh, don't show that.
Okay, I'll put it right here.
There you go.
Because I will eventually sprawl this all out and have a million things going on here. Oh, I hate that Wisports has the stats backwards. They got the lowest going to the highest on all the pages. It's so.
Wait, that's really?
Yeah.
Actually, I think
I told Travis about it, and he just kind of don't care.
She's making pride up there?
What's that?
She's making pride up there?
Well, I'm seeing if we can get the game.
That's right, they do it on their
Nice.
Milwaukee's gonna push.
I think so too.
D3 game state.
It's like $8 usually if you have to pay. Yeah.
You didn't even cost 6 to get in the game, man.
Yeah. Well.
It's good fans. Yeah. You think that's
All right, this fits my fat head, so that's good. That's step one. Is there anybody like that I can talk to that's listening, or I
Yep.
gotta press this?
Yep. Talk back. Yep. Correct.
Oh. Oh, he's up here.
right now? Actually, 5 minutes. How are you? Great. Good.
Do you have credits for like the people working on the broadcast? Like, do you have a list of people that you play, or?
Yes, I will text Brad back.
Okay.
Or I'll text our group chat that we have.
Sounds good. I just want to make sure everybody gets credit at middle and end. So.
Yep, no, I appreciate it. So, I'm just going to start recording on the cameras, hop back down and make sure that we can hear each other.
Okay.
You ready to rock and roll?
All right. I'm here to work and eat cheeseburgers. I was like, should I bring my own headset? Because my own headset has a bigger screen because I yell, not yell, but I talk very loudly.
Yep.
And I over-enunciate words, so you'll hear a lot of P's and S's and T's and stuff that'll pop, and that's why I wear a big, it looks like an ice cream cone almost.
Yep.
So, but we'll see how this works. If it's too much of a problem, I'll just grab a sock or something.
I think we'll be fine.
But, all right. Got all the stats pulled up for both. I know this team, from talking to their coach, is a run-first squad.
Oh, yeah. They'll do a lot of power. They
I didn't
have
watch any film, unfortunately.
2 or 3 different formations, but they're pretty much just a power team. So
pretty even defensively, balance-wise. Not a lot of tackles. Man, every time if like a guy breathed on a guy falling to the ground, I'm like, assisted tackle. When I was doing stats, I'm like, I want these guys to get an all-conference look, you know?
Yep.
I wasn't that extreme with it, but, you know. Oh, it's a beautiful night, though.
It's awesome.
This is I can't believe the weather this year. We had one bad weather game, and that was the first game. We moved it up to 6, and then it lightened at halftime, and we had to cancel it. But we were getting running clocked, so it was kind of a good thing for us.
I was up in Barneveld covering
From Mount Horeb High School, welcome into playoff football as the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings take on the West Bend East Suns. Jimmy Kuska here with Brad Richardson as we get set for the playoff action here this evening. And Mount Horeb Barneveld tonight is going to welcome in a team that favors the run. They like to run the football, like to pound it between the tackles a bit, and that is not too much different than some of the teams that Mount Horeb Barneveld's already seen this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more different, I think, leaning very heavy towards the run here for West Bend. We've got some teams in the Badger who like the run, but not to this degree. It's going to be interesting. I think the strength of the Mount Horeb Barneveld defense is stopping the run, and we can see if this MHB offense can maybe get ahead a couple scores.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to that. As you said, there's only really, like you said, a couple of teams in the Badger that really like to run the football. Monroe comes to mind, so it certainly will be a big challenge for them here today. Well, let's take a look now at some of the highlights from the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings.
Yeah, action from last week, and of course Ethan Tranel with a great game. The Turf Monster got him on a couple of those interceptions, but the defense was not complaining.
Yeah, great adjustment to the football. Just, keeping your eyes on it and coming back for it. It's such a skill that you try to teach young receivers, young defensive backs, coming back for the ball. And, in some cases, just being in the right spot at the right time, just staying with the play. Like, those are huge things as a young player that you're coached to and that you work to develop. But, especially in high school football, a ball might be underthrown, the weather might be weird, whatever it is. And just the ability to come back for a football is huge.
Yeah, Ethan Tranel has definitely shown that, and playing center field on that INT. He had himself a career night. Only his second year playing football. You wouldn't know it.
That's incredible. And, like I said, it's it's just impressive to see. This is a tough one right here where the ball is thrown. You're towards the end zone. You're wondering where that coverage is coming from, and just that adjustment, just the little stutter step, and again, just watching the adjustment to the ball, staying with it, and not raising the arms to, you kind of trick the defensive back in that you don't raise your arms to get them coming after you or trying to shove you out of bounds on it. So certainly some very, very good work right there. So now let's take a look on the other side of the football, the defense for Mount Horeb Barneveld this year. Well, they have a tough task tonight, but when you talk about this defense, I think it just starts with the fact that they've got a number of guys who can wrap up and make the tackle.
Yeah, and here's one of them. Going to be an all-conference for sure, and potential defensive player of the year. I haven't seen a better one. Elijah Krantz is the best in the business.
Right there, just active hands on a tackle when you wrap up a guy, just getting the hands, right around the waist where the football might be. Right here, same thing, just awareness to find the football on a play, on a special teams play. Those are very, very important pieces to a defense. Just and again, you see right there, just the ability to get your hands in the way and make the play. Having fast hands, fast feet will do a lot of wonders for you on the defensive side.
Yeah, not a defensive highlight here, but had to get in the Austin Live-free touchdown. Why not?
Whoa.
The left tackle.
The thick six. I love it. It's so much fun when you get guys in the end zone who don't normally get there, and for a lineman, that's something you remember the rest of your life as a high school football player. All right, well, there is a quick look at everything that we have seen from Mount Horeb Barneveld so far, and next, going to take a look with the head coach of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings. That is Brett St. Arnold. We'll do that coming up right here on Wisco Radio.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, Our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Welcome back to our Wisco Radio pregame show, joined by Vikings head coach Brett St. Arnold. Brett, good to see you here again.
Nice to see you.
All right, level 2, Brett, has to feel good. A nice win last week against a familiar foe, Stoughton.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought victory. Defense played extremely well. Offense, to second half, they took over and got us to the spot where we could, get JV players in the second half. It was just really nice to see us being able to come out and take care of business. It's never easy playing a team twice in 3 weeks, but able to come out with the victory and still be here playing.
You had to be really happy with your defense. You got some takeaways in that game. We'll talk a little bit about the Trano show, but you knew they were a little bit undermanned, but your defense really came to play last week.
Yeah, I think that they had a couple of their players injured, and that probably played into the fact. But same token, you still got to take care of business, right? At this time of the season, you never know what can happen. That's why you play the game. Playoff football is just a different animal. Seeding's out the door. Records are 0-0 last week, and now we even view it as 0-0 this week. Everybody's good at this time of the season. Doesn't matter who it is, right? Doesn't matter your seed. So we just have to come ready to play football.
Well, your front 7, front 8 have played very well here. Last week, the back end of your defense played exceptional. Your secondary, Ethan Trano, Elstead with some interceptions. Great night for your secondary.
Yeah, knowing that Trano's only been playing football for a little over a year, him starting to just progress into the player that he is now is just really good for us to see. Obviously, when your secondary plays well and your front 7 are playing well, I mean, that attests to it too. I think that our front 7 got pressure, especially Eli, a couple sacks last week as well. You test that to our D-line, holding the point of attack and getting some pressure, and then obviously the quarterback and making some throws, and then Trano making plays, and so is LJ too.
Special teams has been a bright spot for this team this year. You had a blocked punt last week. Yep. But that and the time management, Brett, I just think have really stood out to me as things. And obviously those are things that you work on a lot in practice.
Yep. I think that, there's 3 facets of the game, right? You got offense, defense, and a lot of times special teams kind of gets blocked out. But how important special teams can be to, especially this time of year, executing. It doesn't matter what specials it is, kickoff, kick receive, punt return. Even extra points, right? I mean, Trano's been, for the year 28 of 31 on extra points. So for us to be able to execute that third facet is huge. And it's one of the things that are on our goal board, right? We have offense things we want to achieve on our goal board, defense we want to achieve, and special teams. So it's definitely something we focus on. And the whole time management piece, that just comes down to us being able to do the things we want to do, execute. And if we continue to do those things, we give ourselves a chance against anybody. So.
Well, a good example, you got to stop late in that second quarter last week again. Didn't have much time, went down and scored a nice play for Trano to score that touchdown. I really felt like that kind of got you guys going there into halftime.
Yeah, I think that, again, we were a little bit of a stalemate first half last week. I think that just with a team that knows you really well, again, you having played them 2 weeks prior, they're going to obviously make adjustments. They have to, considering what happened last time, and we knew that was going to happen. So for us to come on and put that touchdown piece together right before the half there, and, Trano even kicking a field goal last week, all of those things are huge for us. Were huge for us last week, and then it rolled into the second half. Got the first second half kickoff, and we're able to take the ball down and score. And I think that was kind of the thing that kind of did them in.
Well, offensively, balance again last week. You ran the ball well, threw the ball very well. You have to be happy with the way your offense performed.
Hey, I think that's one of the things that I've highlighted all year is the fact that, when they want to stop the run, we're able to pass. When they want to stop the pass, we're able to run. it's very difficult. You know, you've got Casey back there who can make all the throws. You've got an offensive line that's pretty dominant, that's been, you know, holding the point of more than holding the point of attack. And then you got a hard runner like Trent running behind everything. It's very difficult to stop the offense when you've got so many different things you have to defend because our receivers are so athletic. They can stretch the field, all of them. I mean, Chris Keel can stretch the field, LJ can stretch the field, and Tranel. I mean, so it makes it difficult to defend us, which is one of the things that I've always just kind of high pointed. What do you want to take away? Because I don't think you can take away everything. So whatever they give us, we take.
And one more offensive option, Austin Leibfried, right? Might be the favorite moment of the year. Right. The fumble recovery for a touchdown, and had to love that out of your left tackle.
I mean, anytime a lineman scores, you know, that might be their only time they get in the end zone in their entire life. One of the things I said, you know, is kind of John Madden said it years ago. He said he's like, one thing that I like most about when a big guy scores, you get a big guy touchdown and a big guy dance. So everyone in the crowd erupted, everyone on the sideline erupted, everyone's happy for him, excited, because honestly, like I told him, you may never get there again, and you probably won't. If you're scoring touchdowns, it's usually a bad thing. So, well, not a bad thing, but you know what I mean? Like, if your offensive lineman scoring, yeah, but I was very happy for him, and I think everyone else was too.
Well, level 2 tonight, you take on the Suns from West Bend East, a team that I know many of us have not seen or know much about. What do they do so well? What got them to level 2 here?
Their rushing attack, they're a very good rushing attack. They got some big guys up front. Power football, that's kind of the North Shore's thing. Their power football conference. You think of Homestead, you think of teams like that who've come out of that conference. So they've got they got from a good football conference. So knowing that they can run the ball efficiently and run the ball well, I think that's obviously the key to the game. You know, being able to control that line of scrimmage and being able to dictate what they do. I think that if we can do those things, we can hold our point of attack, fly to the football, land shark as we call it here. I think that it puts us in a position to at least get the stops we need. But defensively, they're tough up front. They've got some really good linebackers who fly to the football, some good D linemen. I think that's kind of what's gotten to this point. I think that they roll when they get ahead, especially. So we're really hoping to keep it in a spot where we can have the lead, obviously, or keep it a close ball game so that, you know, because otherwise, kind of like Monroe, they control the clock. We have to try to prevent them from controlling the clock. So if we can do that, I think that puts us in a position to be successful.
All right, well, level 2 football. A lot of fun here last week in October. Brett, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much, Brad.
Coach St. Arnold on Wisco Radio pregame show. Stay tuned for the Vikings versus the Suns right here on Wisco Radio.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes. So contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School, where we get set for level 2 playoff football action here on Wisco Radio. Jimmy Kuska here with Brad Richardson as we get set for the football action as Mount Horeb Barneveld takes on West Bend East. Well, we have I think a second here to just mention one of the keys to the game, but we saw it a bit in the highlights before the game, and something they've done very well all year. The Vikings are going to have to make sure that they stay fundamental with the tackling in this game. This is a team that running the football, a lot of the yards they've gotten, 2,400 yards rushing on the year. I'm sure that's due in part because they can run through some of those arm tackles.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see here that a lot of times they go with a light front, 3-4. They don't blitz a lot, but tonight obviously there are more guys close to the line here. We'll see if that back end can help too. But good filling linebackers, McGuire and of course Krantz can really fill. So we'll see here. West Bend East will get the ball to start. this first half.
Weather today, it's 48 degrees here as we get ready for kickoff. Calm wind, just a picture-perfect late October evening here. Clear skies, no threat of any precipitation tonight, so winds are 0 to 5 according to the National Weather Service, and right now temperatures in the high 40s. Mount Horeb, Barneveld in the red, all reds with black numbers, white trim and helmets, and West Bend East in the white uniforms, maroon pants and helmets as the kickoff comes to the near side and it goes out of bounds, and this will be a procedure penalty coming up against Mount Horeb Barneveld after the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Channel's been kicking the ball in the end zone, but at times they will angle that ball towards the sideline, try to make a play down there. That time it obviously rolled out of bounds, so West Bend East will accept that penalty at the 35-yard line. Pretty good starting field position here for the Suns.
Sometimes teams will make the kickoff team re-kick the football, but the 35 is a pretty good spot. They also get to choose where to place it, so they'll put it on the right hash mark, will West Bend East, and we'll get to see this offense at work for the Suns. Now, this team this year has just a couple of losses, one to Hartford and one to Slinger, and those two teams are still going in the playoffs, so you know they've been tested this year. Peyton Fountain is the quarterback, thrown for over 1,000 yards this year, has run for 277 more, and he'll give on the carry right side, and it is going to pick up about 4 yards up to the 39-yard line. We talked about some of that power running, and we see it right there on the first down carry by Cutler Schmidt.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that tonight here, just power football. They run a couple of different formations actually, but they will go heavy quite a few times, and definitely will be starting this game in the heavy package. That was Kress with the carry.
Second down and 6 from the right hash mark on their own 39. Two running backs. Kress has now 1,400 yards rushing. This time they do go with Schmidt straight up the middle. And this play stretches across the 45 up to the 46. It'll be a first down for West Bend East.
Yeah, pretty quick first down for West Bend East. Needed 6 and got around 7 there. They'll rotate quite a few guys through on offense as well. We'll see the 4 down linemen for the Vikings, 3 linebackers here tonight. Sometimes they've gone a 3-4 look, but tonight, obviously, a little more beef up front.
Kress, the running back, first team all-conference for West Bend East. He's the tail in this, and he will get the carry going left. And right there, Mount Horeb Barneveld does a good job of clearing that cutback lane as they get the linebackers in to fill that spot. Going to be a pickup of about 3 to close to midfield up at the 49, but a good work there by that second level to get in there and make the stop.
Yeah, it was Tyler Buechner, and obviously he's one of the main defensive players for Mount Horeb. He got his nose in there. And we'll see if this West Bend East team can keep track of number 5, Elijah Krantz.
2 receivers split out. Going back to shotgun depth with the 2 running backs. As Fountain will take the snap, and they're going to give this to Schmidt, a quick hitter right up the middle, hitting that A-gap and finding 3 or 4 yards, getting it into Vikings territory down to the 47, and sets up now a 3rd and 3 for the Suns.
Yeah, you got to think probably 4 down territory here, opening drive. They're able to get 3 or 4 yards pretty easily here so far. And a lot of action just over the guards.
Fountain is also the team's punter, so sometimes when you see that with a quarterback, they go on 4th down. In that situation, they might be just trying to get you off signs, but he can just pick it up and boot it too on a short kick. But it's still 3rd down and 3 with 2 receivers split out to the far side to the left. As Fountain sees the blitz coming straight up the middle, and it's gonna meet him in the backfield. The Vikings come up with a big stop on 3rd down to push the Suns back.
Yeah, bringing the heat that time, it was Tyler Buechner on the blitz and stopping him at the point of handoff.
He could have taken that handoff from him.
It was pretty close.
Buechner now will go back. They're thinking about going back. The ball's at the 49 of West Bend East, right near midfield. And with Fountain not coming out, I'm sure they're thinking, okay, well, what are they going to do here? Fountain is their normal punter as well, 19 punts on the year, and a team on 4th down that this year with incomplete stats has gone for it at least a few times for 50%, but they'll take a timeout instead to think about it on this 4th and 7 from their own 49-yard line. The Wisco Radio Broadcast is sponsored by Kittleson Landscape. Call today for your free landscaping estimate. And Farmers Savings Bank, your Mount Horeb destination for home, farm, land, or business loans. 8:47 to play in this first quarter. It is scoreless between Mount Horeb Barneveld and West Bend East. West Bend East on 4th and 7. Expecting them to come out and kick the ball. Buechner walking back in the punt return as the single safety around his own 20-yard line here. In that opening series, you get a sense the team's feeling each other out a little bit here in this level 2 playoff game.
Yeah, for sure. A big stop here potentially for this MHB defense to stop them on a 3rd and relatively short.
Yeah,
and obviously back at the 49.
Yeah, 4-yard loss as they got in there. Fountain gets a leg into this. He's placed 3 inside the 20 on the year. This one will hit at the 15, rolled to the 10, rolled to the 5, and there's a collision at the 1, and that's where it'll be down inside the 3 at the 1 or 2 yard line on the far side of the field. If you're Peyton Fountain, you couldn't walk it down there and set it down any better than what happened right there.
Yeah, Buechner got caught in between there, and that's a tough play for a punt returner. You've got a low liner coming in pretty fast, and he was definitely expecting that ball to roll in the end zone, so I don't blame him there. And at that point, he was just trying to block out the Suns, but it's unable to do that, and works out pretty well for the Suns.
Well, now it's 99 yards of field in front of this Mount Horeb Barneveld offense as the Vikings get underway with a first down carry right along the goal line. My goodness, just barely got back out in front of it. Still going to be at the 1 after the first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 10 from Mount Horeb Barneveld's own 1 yard line.
Yeah, might have lost maybe half a yard, but I guess back to the line of scrimmage, they'll say. Was that Owens with the carry, number 2?
Off to the left, yes, it was.
All
and
right.
he took it off to the left for a bit. Now he's standing on the right hip, back in the backfield. As Mount Horeb Barneveld on this 2nd and 10, and they'll go right back to him, just trying to give their offense room to work, and they're going to say he got out of the end zone as West Bend East came out with the safety sign, but forward progress puts him up to the 2, so not a safety. In fact, Mount Horeb Barneveld gained a yard on that play up to the 2, but now it is 3rd and 9 right underneath their own goalpost.
Yeah, not much running room there. Linebackers were filling both A gaps, but
now we'll call it 3rd and 10 on the scoreboard, or approaching the midway point of this quarter. Still scoreless. Mount Horeb Barneveld with the football as the snap comes back. Looking inside, ball's tipped, it's intercepted, and it's a touchdown for West Bend East. Getting the pick is Casey Gish. The senior linebacker gets the score, and just like that, West Bend East is on the board 6-0 with 7:14 to play in this first quarter.
yeah, ball thrown behind here, you'll see a little bit, and maybe some jitters out of this MHB team at home, but we'll see the replay here.
Gish is an honorable mention all-conference inside linebacker. Grabs the pick and then just strolls in from a few yards out for the score. And that's the dangerous part about a turnover in this part of the field, is that if there's any room to run, it's more than likely going to be a score. Now the point after try coming from the Suns as the kick is up, and this kick has plenty of leg. It's back into the end zone camera, and it is good. Now 16 for 18 on the year is Ian Gates for West Bend East on point after tries. With 7:14 to play in the opening quarter, it is West Bend East 7 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing.
Well, this MHB team has been here before. They've been down in quite a few of their games this year. They've only given up 17 points a contest, but it felt like every single night this team went down by a score or more. That's a nice thing with this team is they don't get rattled, but a big moment, really. They had a chance to, got a stop, got buried deep, but couldn't move that ball, and throwing from the end zone. And haven't seen too many throws like that out of the junior quarterback Helgeson.
Yeah, Helgeson's interception, just his 7th of the year. This one taken to the house, and I believe this year that is the first time they've allowed a pick 6 this season. Now, take that for what you will. Sometimes teams don't fill out all of their defensive statistics online, but that is, at least according to the stats available to us, what it reads as this year. So a bit uncharacteristic, but the Vikings should have better field position to start their second drive. They're starting their first drive on their own 1. West Bend East able to get the pick 6 to turn it in to a score, as it was Casey Gish who got the score for West Bend East. Here's the kickoff. It's short, and it's going to go out of bounds into the Suns sideline on the far side, right around the 35, which is where they would spot it on the penalty anyway. 36 is where they spot it out of bounds.
Yeah, interesting play. It looked like it was by design, and you wonder if West Bend East is trying to take advantage of the opportunity and maybe get a free drive out of it, but it goes out of bounds.
It did go out at the 36, and that's where they're going to spot the football, the right hash mark for the Vikings offense. And well, now if you're the Vikings, you can breathe a bit, because now you're out of your own end zone. The score is already in, and now you can set and actually run your offense. You're not using first and second downs to just get out of their own end zone. Now you can just focus on playing some offense here. So the Vikings set up on first down, but we've got flags and whistles everywhere as it is going to be against the Vikings. So a turnover, a penalty early. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it. Playoff football can be tough sometimes, especially mentally. And right there, another self-inflicted wound there by the Vikings. 7:13 first quarter. It is 7-0 West Bend East. The Vikings on 1st and 15 now. Line up going right to left. Casey Helgeson, the junior quarterback, 6'3", 195 pounds. Motions. Owens to the left, now he'll keep it as he cuts right, but he is met at the line and stopped. He might have gotten a yard with forward progress. They might say no gain here. It's going to be 2nd and long, the result of that first down play.
Yeah, we're talking about the Mount Horeb Barneveld defensive front when they were going against West Bend East's offense, but it's really been West Bend East's front who's proven to be the better unit so far.
Got a conference player of the year in the mix. Sawyer Lichtensteiger for West Bend East on the defense. Here's a low throw that is incomplete as it bounces to the intended target on the near side, McNamer. And now it'll be 3rd down and 15 coming up for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, looking near side for Chris Keel. Found a soft spot in that zone, and we're seeing a little bit of erratic throws here out of the junior quarterback Helgeson, which he's been playing such good football here. This one maybe just got away from him a little bit, but Keel had a opening there.
4 and 1 look a lot alike, so I apologize for misnumbering that. I didn't realize we had the TV right in here, so a little different for me. Here's back to passes Helgeson. He's looking to the left again. This time he's just going to step up and run. He'll pick up a few, but now it'll be 4th and long, and the Vikings likely to be kicking this one away back to West Bend East.
Yeah, MHB has not been the strongest starting teams this year. Just the one loss on the year, so that's not something that's unfamiliar to them, but having a tough time finding their stride early in this one. Good coverage downfield.
You mentioned the slow starting. The fewest points they score in any quarter, the first. The most points they give up in a quarter this year, also the first. Back to punt it away, Ethan Trenel, as he gets a leg into this one under moderate pressure. Good kick, high. And it'll set down at about the 26 on the fair catch, and West Bend East will start. So mark it at the 25 as the return man was kind of backpedaling on the play, Nate King. But West Bend East now with a 7-0 lead will take it over with 5:46 to play in this opening quarter. Well, we talk a lot about things going on in the football game here. But before we get to that, the team is going to break the huddle here pretty quickly, so we'll get back to that one here in just a second. 2 receivers in the set for West Bend East, as they'll go to work straight up the middle with the carry, maybe off to the right side a bit, picking up 3 or 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down after the carry by Colton Kress. Kress, a 1,300, now 1,400 yard rusher on the year with the 4-yard carry earlier in this game. 15 touchdowns rushing this year as he'll get another carry. This one he'll make the cut up the middle, and he had a lot of space to work with there, Brad, as he found his way forward for another 3 or 4 yards to make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, another 3rd and short coming up, and pretty easy for West Bend East, I think, in these manageable situations. Have to get them in that 3rd and long.
Yeah, now instead it's 3rd and short as they've worked it up to the 30. You only have to pick up another yard or so. It's a football right shy of the 35, so on the 34, on the crown of the field here. Big play here for the defense as they rush to get one extra player off here. So they got 5 and 5 in the box, all 11 players right in the middle, double tight set, and they'll give it off the left side to Kress, and he is going to be swarmed under, pushed back, but the forward progress looks like it's got enough for a first down here.
Yeah, they're placing way past the 36-yard line, which seems generous, but it's enough for a first down.
So the West Bend East Suns, like they did on their first drive, on 3rd down, convert on their
he did get there.
First set. Yeah, you're watching the replay. It's nice having the replay right here. Gotta be honest, it's pretty sweet.
Doesn't hurt.
I don't get that. So I don't get that on Saturdays. First down and 10 off of their own 36. West Bend East is their pro set in. They got 2 running backs in by the quarterback, Fountain. He's got Kress and Schmidt in there, and he's going to give to Schmidt going left as he runs over his own blocker, but gets ahead of the 40 up near the 41. And again, decent yardage on first down, making it 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, really big chunks of yards here, and obviously MHB is going to have to make some adjustments and see if they can slow this running attack down a little bit.
2nd down, and we're going to call this 6 yards from just in front of West Bend East's own 40-yard line. See the offensive line set up, not necessarily an imposing front. Players tipping the scales just over 220 across the board. Kress is going to pick up good yardage. Got past that first wave of tacklers, ran through an arm tackle, and then just fell forward to pick up the first just shy of midfield at the 47. Now they're eyeballing it. Now they're saying move the chains. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 47 for West Bend East.
47-yard line, 1st and 10, Suns.
The Suns with the football. 2 receivers in the set, 2 running backs. As they'll set up the pass this time, they'll throw it to the near side, and King has got it. He'll be decked out of bounds across midfield. Right around the 48-yard line, 5-yard pickup on the pass to Nate King, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Suns.
Yeah, first pass of the night.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
West Bend East here with the 7-point lead. They can obviously take their time. They're in no hurry.
Well, no, and this is their MO. I mean, they're a running football team, and, you know, chewing the clock is what they do. 3 receivers in this set. Fountain gets to flash the arm a bit. Now they motion 3 across to the right, and they'll go Schmidt counter to the left. Big hole as he escapes to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 10. Touchdown, West Bend East, as it'll be Cutler Schmidt rushing in for his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. And with 2:41 to play in this opening quarter, it is West Bend East 13 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing.
Yeah, that's something. They go single back. They don't go power in that situation, and a wide open lane for Schmidt to run in through. Almost 60 yards on the night so far for Schmidt.
47 yards on this run, and we didn't get to see the initial point of the play, but there was a right guard who came across the pole who really cleared the space on that play. And I tell you what, you know, when you play a running style like that, your guards got to be athletes, and right there showing some work to set up that counter play, motioning all the receivers to the right and then going counter to the left. Here's an extra point try that is short, but it is good. Shorter than the first attempt, and that will make the score now West Bend East 14 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing. When you're fit, When you're faced with a challenge, how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than just winning or losing a game. They believe the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since it started in 1965. From football to volleyball, from soccer to tennis, the award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions. 2:41 to play in the first quarter. West Bend East 14 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing. Brad, on this upcoming drive for Mount Horeb Barneveld, they haven't really had a chance to settle in offensively, I feel like, in this game. You have the one drive, you're backed up to your own one. Second drive, you go 3 and out after the first down penalty sets you back at 1st and 15. It'd be nice to see them get a little more settled and try to find that rhythm in the early going. It's still a lot of football to be played here.
A lot of football here, and obviously just getting that first down is going to be really important here for MHB. Another one angling out of bounds, and
I don't know that I've ever called a game where the first 3 kickoffs have all gone out of bounds, but it happens there. And this time, the penalty would move them up to the 35. And you can opt to make a team where you kick it, but you can also just take it up at the 35, and I believe that's what they're going to do here.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams there trying to keep the ball away from Owen Primusberger, number 24, the sophomore. He ran one back here earlier. He's got some wheels, and you can see they're maybe settling. They're just going to say, we'll give it to 35 and let our defense take over. The defense has been dominant here so far. No first downs, only 2 yards of offense for the Vikings.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and it'll be a throw. This is backwards, and it is met immediately. A loss of 5 on the play as West Bend East making the play out in space. I believe that was Cutler Schmidt making the play defensively after scoring the touchdown on offense. Second team all-conference outside linebacker is Schmidt. You got a lot of all-conference players. Their conference announced him after the first round of the playoffs. Some conferences wait until the last team has been eliminated, like the Badger Conference does. But some just announce them right away, like, yeah, here's our guys. Back to pass. Augustin stepping in, throwing to the near side, but too high and incomplete as it goes out of bounds. Looking on the play for Tyler Buechner. And now it'll be 3rd down and Mazamani from here.
Yeah, again, I don't know if it's nerves or what's going on here, but this is not the quarterback that we've seen for much of this year. We saw it in week 1 a little bit as the junior was getting settled in, but a little jittery here to start, I believe.
Trips right in shotgun. Back to pass is Elgeson. Looking to throw, sets it up, and now he's going to be hit, and he is going to be taken out of bounds at the 25. That is a 5-yard loss as he is taken apart by the tandem of Emerson Orth and Dylan Glenecki. The tandem there for West Bend East, first team all-conference center and second team defensive lineman for the former. And that will make it 4th down and very long now for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, I think MHB trying to set up a screen, but West Bend East did a job of scouting that one out, and Elgeson had to go to plan B.
Minute 20 to play in this opening quarter as the Vikings get set on offense, trailing 14-0 to West Bend East. Tranel gets the snap, rolls to his right, now kicks it. It's high, good kick, good spiral on it as King has to backpedal and fair catch it again, this time at the 27. And that is where the Suns will take over with 1:04 to play in this opening quarter and a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, this MHB team is putting up points. They can move the ball. And I think what's been tough is their running game really needs to set up the rest of their offense, and obviously haven't been able to get anything going that first drive. They were backed up and trying to go through the air that last drive. See if they get a stop or maybe a turnover here.
Defense make a play here, try to tip that momentum back as Fountain takes the snap, and they're running triple option. They will toss this one out to Kress. What a play made out in space right there by the Vikings as Brooks Pernod gets out there. The defensive back makes the tackle out in space. It'll be a short pickup, maybe a yard on the play for the Suns.
Yeah, maybe it's what this defense needed, a little bit of a spark. Great play by Pernot.
Gain of 1 on the play. Second
Not getting
and 5.
sucked in on that run. And of course, the shoestring tackle never hurts either.
And when you make a play like that out in some space, I mean, that can fire you up a bit, because when you're a corner, you're a defensive back, you're coming out as a safety, whatever it is, when you're out on an island like that, it's up to you one-on-one to make that play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup, likely the final play of this quarter. We'll turn and give to Kress off the near side, fighting off the block and taking him down on the near side. Mason Weaver, I believe, with the stop. And that'll make it 3rd down and 11 after the TFL to end the first quarter.
Across the ball carrier.
See the replay here, and Weaver does a great job of setting the edge. Krantz filling.
Yeah, that's just good work to fight off the block on the edge and then just make the takedown right there. At the end of 1, it is West Bend East 14 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing. You are taking in Wisco Radio.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb. The start of the second quarter. West Bend East starts with Peyton Fountain spinning off a tackle, spins off another one, gets it all the way up to the 45 before he is finally taken down, but there is a flag on the play back at the 32, and in that case, when you've got linemen that far upfield, usually means one thing, and that is holding. So that will wipe away what would have been a 19-yard run, and instead will be a 10-yard penalty if they mark it from the spot, but it will move them back a few yards anyway, so take down the 19-yard run and give them the football at the 22, a loss of 4. And it'll stay 3rd down. So instead of getting that 1st down run, it is now 3rd and very long for West Bend East.
Yeah, obviously a lot of running room there for Fountain, and you never know if the infraction helped that, but probably did.
We just assume it does when the run goes that far for the opponent.
MHB
right?
is not complaining.
2 receivers split out near side. Fountain with 2 running backs. He'll roll to his left near side, looking to throw. Now steps up in the pocket. Look at the wheels here as he tries to get it upfield. Gets past one defender, gets taken down. He's not going to get to the sticks, but he gets a lot closer up to the 35. He'll be a little bit short of a 1st down there. Not by a whole lot. It'll be 4th and 2 coming up after that scramble goes for 12 or 13 yards. Trying to do the math quick. Got the abacus up here. Just got the beads stuck together. Can't really figure it out. It's math. But either way, it's 4th and 2. And West Bend East making some wholesale substitutions. Now remember, Fountain is also their starting quarterback. Although they are short of the 40 where you would expect more fake opportunities. And Mount Horeb Barneveld lining up across on this 4th and short. Fountain will get it. He'll put a leg into this one. Low spiraling kick. And they're going to watch this one roll. Not even an attempt to return this one, as it will roll and stop at the 19. So coming into tonight, Fountain had 3 punts placed inside the 20. And tonight now his first 2 punts both get placed inside the 20.
Yeah, if you're the special teams coach, you're elated with how things have turned out here. That was kind of a weird situation there. Beekner didn't even attempt to track that down. He was just positioned in the middle of the field. And
well, let's take a look right now at what's happening on the other side of the bracket with Monroe and Pewaukee. A 1-4 game in this bracket. So right now, the Cheesemakers with a 7-0 lead on Pewaukee as we take a look. The Cheesemakers, the top seed in the bracket. Meanwhile, here on first down, Mount Horeb Barneveld opting to go rush left side. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to make it 2nd down and 10, maybe 2nd and 11, depending on where they spot this football.
Yeah, this has been a run-first team, and has not been going well here tonight. -3 rushing yards on 6 attempts. Just 3 attempts for Owens and 3 for Helgeson.
2nd and 10 from their own 19. Mount Horeb Barneveld. Helgeson under pressure, throws it, and is incomplete as the receiver on the near side can't hang on. Ethan Tranel was the intended target on the near side, and in and out of the hands, and that will make it 3rd and 10 here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, it didn't quite look it all the way in there, and instead it'll be incomplete. And with 10:22 to go here in the second quarter, trailing 14-0, Mount Horeb Barneveld looking for a spark anywhere.
Yeah, Helgeson, 5 pass attempts here tonight. An interception, obviously the pick 6, -5 yards passing.
Back to throw, Helgeson. Here's pass attempt number 6. High arcing ball near side, but it's going to go out of bounds. Intended on the play for Landon Ellisted. And instead, it'll be 4th and 10 from the Vikings' own 19-yard line, and they'll be kicking this one back to Nate King and the West Bend East Suns. So another 3 and out here for the offense. Just can't seem to get things moving in the right direction right now.
Yeah, they really just need that first down to settle in here a little bit. A lot of ball game left here. The defense, I think, will maybe have to make something happen.
Tranel, plenty of time as he rolls to the right. Now here's a low end-over-end punt as it'll take a hop, and it will stop at the 39, and that's where West Bend East will set up with 10:06 to play in the second quarter, leading 14-0. This Wisco Radio broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to our customers in Mount Horeb, and Norse Golf Club, Mount Horeb's premier 9-hole golf course. The golf season where it's continuing in the area.
It's extended.
It is pretty awesome weather right now. I mean, it's dark, but
yeah, you can definitely get out tomorrow and play. I know people are out today playing. The North's still open for business.
It is. There are a lot of people that are enjoying the weather here as of late. Been dry and relatively warm. Going to run a counter play off to the right side, fake the handoff to Schmidt, and then give it to Kress going right side. Picks up 3 or 4. Up across the 40, taken down up at the 42. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Suns.
Yeah, nice little counter play there, and a change of pace, change of direction. Pretty well defended by MHB.
Vikings probably coming into this game saw, you follow the guards on the play, and if the guards are moving in a direction, that's usually where the run is going to go. Something you tell your defensive lineman, and you see here they set up for a pass, and it'll be caught, and it'll be picked up. King all the way inside the 40 down to the 37. A first down on the pass attempt, but there is some laundry, and the indication from the side judge is that it is against West Bend East.
Yeah, looks like holding again.
It is holding, and this is right at the original line of scrimmage, so the 2nd and 7 now becomes a 2nd and 20, so effectively a 13-yard penalty, but it also wipes out a pass play that takes him down to the 38 for 1st and 10. So for West Bend East, despite the good start for them, penalties have been an issue.
Yeah, moves them back. It's pretty amazing. They had one guy out pretty much in route, and he got open, but another hold here for West Bend East, and MHB needs something like this. They need to push them back and,
drop ball here, a tip ball, a fumble, something on the 2nd and 20 coming up for West Bend East off their own 29. Nate King, by the way, who had caught that pass that was wiped out, they're easily their top target. 24 catches, 478 in the yardage category, and 3 scores. He split out wide to the right. Fountain has Schmidt and Kress in the backfield with him. They'll motion the H-back over to the near side. And now they will give the Kress, and the ball came loose for a minute. We just talked about it.
Yep.
You hope for that ball to hop out. Kress was able to cover it right back up. It'll be 3rd and 19 for West Bend East.
Yeah, see the replay here. I don't know if he ever really had it. No, he did not. He lucky to get that one back. That could have been the play to spark this MHB team. There's a lot of time left here, folks.
Oh,
and
for sure. Yeah.
We've seen this team strike before halves as well. So let them get in a rhythm. Maybe get a stop here, get good field position, get that first down out of the way.
8:23 and counting here in the second quarter. The pass is caught on the far side and not a first. They're going to pick up 13, will West Bend East, on the quick grab made on the far side by Owen Carlson. Carlson is kind of the Swiss Army knife of the offense. Plays some quarterback, plays some H-back, plays some receiver. Right there, making the grab for 12 yards across the 40 to the 41, but not enough for a first. And on 4th and 8, Peyton Fountain back to punt it away. Beekner sets up to return. He is going to go after this one. High spiraling kick as he'll field it over the shoulder at the 21. Now trying the reverse direction, and it's taken down at the 22-yard line. No flags on the play. And Mount Horeb Barneveld will now have the football right around their own 22 or 23-yard line. 7:29 to play in the second quarter, trailing 14-0 to West Bend East.
Yeah, it actually feels like this is a bigger deficit than what it really is, with Mount Horeb just unable to move the ball at all here. We'll see what adjustments they're going to make and try to get that first down.
2 receivers either side for Mount Horeb Barneveld. As Helgeson sets up in the shotgun, they're going to ride and give on the play, on the carry, trying to go left. And they tried to stretch it out there for quite a while, but couldn't quite turn the corner on that carry to the left, trying that play, the stretch play to the left. Maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
4 carries for Owens tonight, his first positive run. We've really seen this MHB team wear the opponent down as well. They will stick with the run, but it is challenging to have that mindset down by 2 scores to stay within your running game.
Vikings line up, 2 receivers right, single receiver left as Helgeson stands 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. 4-man rush going to pass. He is going to be hit, and he is going to be taken down and sacked as Emerson Orth gets in there for the second time. Second team all-conference defensive lineman will make the play, and it'll put Mount Horeb Barneveld inside their own 15 back to their own 12, and now facing 3rd and very long.
Yeah, indecisive with the football there. Wasn't sure after that fake what he was hoping to do, but didn't turn out very well. Minus 16 yards rushing for Helgeson. He's been sacked a couple times. They have minus 15 as a team.
Trying to find anything to move it in a positive direction here. 3rd and very long, and now West Bend East sends everybody. Ears pinned back on the rush, and Helgeson in some trouble, scrambling out to throw it. Throws it to the near side. And a great attempt and a great catch made by Elistad, tiptoeing the near sideline. And that's by far their biggest play on offense of the game. It's going to be short of a first, however, up to the 30. Going to make it 4th and 3 now for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, decision time here, and
they're going to sub in the special teams unit here. So Tranel will go back to kick it away. King back to return. West Bend East, not with a ton of players on the roster. And now we're going to get a timeout called as we had some confusion on the Mount Horeb Barneveld side. You had players running on and off the field there near the end there. So with 5:57 to play in the second quarter, it is West Bend East 14 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing.
Well, they have one of their playmakers, Tranel, punting, and we'll see. You know, he likes to do that bit of a rugby style kicking. Maybe, you know, give him a chance to hit the edge and get this first down. I guess we'll see.
This Wisco Radio broadcast is brought to you by First Weber Mark Nortman, Mount Horeb's 5-star First Weber Realtor. I don't know why I said bank there. Just making stuff up is what I'm doing. Midway through the second quarter, the Vikings still trying to find their way a bit. West Bend East in control thus far, 14-0. And now Tranel back to kick it away. King back to return. He'll stand at his own 35-yard line. high snap. Tranel will set it down. He's looking, and now he will kick it away. High kick. King will grab it at the 27 on the fair catch as the Vikings were down to cover it well. And West Bend East will start on their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:49 to play in the second quarter.
It is interesting. It almost looked like Tranel might have had an opportunity to run for that first down. It's a bit risky at your own 30, 35-yard line, but the way West Bend East was playing that, but gets off a nice punt here and see if this defense can once again make a stop. We're going to probably have to make a play here, get a turnover, something positive going for this team. It's been tough sledding so far.
Yeah, they had the must exchange on the last drive. Didn't quite go the way of the Vikings, but that's kind of the things you look for when a team is in control a bit. Crest going to be taken down right at the line. Got through one arm tackle, but not the wave as Mount Horeb Barneveld came up, got enough players to make the stop. Ball placed up at the 28. It'll be 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Suns.
They tried that counter play again, and well defended again for this MHB team.
I think once you see it a few times, and you've seen it all week. When you're watching film, you see it all week. You see what they like to run, and your linebacker is certainly key on that. But you see it enough times at game speed, which you can't simulate as well in practice, and eventually you start to catch on to some of those tricks. 2nd and 9 coming up. Crest will get the carry right up the middle, and Mount Horeb Barneveld will stack him up across the 30, up at the 31. And maybe 2 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up for West Bend East.
Yeah, Weaver, Pernotz, and Krantz all in there. Baumkamp, good to see him back. He was out for a couple weeks.
Tranel and Shipman running out onto the field for Mount Horeb Barneveld. As on 3rd and 6, got to stop the 3-headed rushing attack of Crest, Schmidt, and Fountain for West Bend East. King splits out wide to the right in this formation. Crest and Schmidt in the backfield. Fountain at quarterback, turns, gives to Crest, trying to stretch it, bouncing it up to the right. Now makes the cut. He's got the first and a lot more. So he's taken down right at midfield. They're going to spot him at the 50 or just shy of it at the 49 of West Bend East. 1st and 10 Suns after that solid run.
MHB had the defense that they wanted. They want to have been 3rd and long, but a great run by Crest, following his blocker.
And really just good blocking on the edge too, just to spring him free right there. Got the outside contained man got sealed in on the play and just able to cut around that and pick up positive yardage. 1st and 10 West Bend East up at the 49, their own 49, just above the MHB logo at midfield here. Schmidt will get the carry. He'll make the sidestep move. He stays on his feet, runs through a tackle, and he's got another 1st down for the Suns. As he takes it down to the 41, a 10-yard pickup, and if it isn't a 1st down, it's pretty close. They're going to set the football down and eyeball it. Might be 2nd and very short here. So call it a 9-yard pickup, 9.9-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and about half a football here.
Yeah, 67 yards for Schmidt on 6 carries, 51 yards, 13 carries for Crest.
It's what they do. Love to run the football. As Fountain will give it this time to Schmidt, who's playing up on the play, and he'll take it forward. And there you see the old rugby maul, the pile moving forward, 6 yards, and some grass blades flying up at the end. It's another 1st down for West Bend East.
Yeah, nothing fancy there.
Yeah, if your bread and butter is just hammering guys between the tackles like that, I mean, that's hard to get away from. I know a lot of football purists, that's what they enjoy the most, is seeing these teams that just line up and say, hey, it's our 11 versus your 11, try to stop us and on these run plays. But West Bend East has been showing a nice mix of counters, some outside moves, some trap. They've done a little bit of everything so far in this game. So they line up 1st and 10 at the Mount Horeb Barneveld 35. This will be a stretch play to the outside. Great blocking out in front, but tripped up is Cress. And a lot of Mount Horeb Barneveld players out in front of him. Colton Cress on the year, over 1,400 yards rushing. Might have gotten a yard on that play inside the 35 down to the 34. It'll be 2nd and 9. I just slipped in the grass there.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the 35-yard line.
Is that who you give credit the tackles for?
I did, yeah,
awesome.
actually. Yep.
Turf Monster got him. 2 receivers in this set. Fountain will turn, and he'll give. This is just a straight dive off the right side. Not designed to do much more than push it forward a few yards. You hope maybe there's a crease and you run through it, get the blocking out in front. 3 yards, and now makes it 3rd down and 7 for West Bend East. And dare I say, a very important play here for Mount Horeb Barneveld late in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, this might be 4-down territory as well for West Bend East. They're getting near that 30-yard line, leading by 2 scores. You have to think they might remain a bit aggressive here.
Especially 2 timeouts in their pocket, 95 seconds on the clock. They have kicked field goals this year. Drag the pass, Fountain looking, sets it up. They'll set up the screen. Kress has all kinds of daylight in front of him. To the 20, to the 10, stiff arms a man, angles out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. He'll go out around the 8-yard line or so, and it'll be, now let's see, I'm looking at the wrong cross line at the 9, at the 10.
Right at the 10-yard line, so 23 yards on that.
I'm trying to gauge how far the yard markers are from the sideline, but yeah, right at the 10. So a 24-yard pickup, if I got the math right, maybe less than that. With 80 seconds left until halftime and a 14-0 lead and knocking on the door, 1st and goal here.
Yeah, this could be a big blow here if East can get in the end zone before the half.
Mount Horeb Barneveld looking for a stop, 1st and goal, and Kress will just get the carry. There's a flag on this play. It's going to come back. And when it's thrown right there from the middle of the pile, not necessarily a hold, could be hands to the face. No, it'll be holding. So
we'll be holding the 3rd of the night.
First hunch. Good news for Mount Horeb Barneveld as it'll move it back a bit. 74 seconds left until halftime. West Bend East having the football inside the 20, though, in the red zone. When I said they kicked a field goal this year, I lied. They have no field goal attempts listed. They have a 2nd player who has kicked extra points is what I was looking at. I blame that on poor handwriting. Minute 8 to play in this quarter. Still 1st and goal, but now from the 19-yard line, West Bend East has 2 timeouts. So really the whole playbook open to you at this point.
Yeah, they're going to try to obviously run this.
So the football, now they're going to get a timeout. I think this is going to be the first timeout taken by the Suns. It is. So timeout taken by head coach Jeff Rondorf, and with the football placed at the 19, stops the clock with 51 seconds to play until halftime. West Bend East up front, in front, 14-0 here. And with the time the way it is, with just 1 timeout there too, it's a big opportunity here for Mount Horeb Barneveld to keep this a 2-possession game going into the locker room.
It's huge. If they get the ball to start the 2nd half, they've obviously been unable to even move the ball offensively. Holding in here at a 2-score deficit would actually be a win. But, you know, the way that East is moving this football, you better hope that maybe they make a mistake.
The MHB Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of young football players and raising funds for the MHB football program. We thank the MHB Gridiron Club for helping provide you tonight's broadcast free of charge. MHB Gridiron Club, the official playoff sponsor of Wisco Radio. Jimmy Kuska and Brad Richardson here with you. And a cast of thousands taking in this one with you, this level 2 playoff game. West Bend East with it, 1st and goal from the 19. Fountain back to throw, looking for King in the end zone, incomplete.
Just the 4th pass tonight here. He was up to that point shooting 100%, 41 yards through the air, just mystery efficient. Does stop the clock.
Yeah, that's one thing for West Bend East. They would have probably preferred the preferred outcome there, of course, the touchdown, but King battling on the near side with Shipman, I believe, out here on the near side. Good fight for the football and the pass route right there. I think as they were going up the field, he was meant to come in. The receiver, King, was supposed to come inside a bit more, but Shipman was right there in the running lane. Now they'll flip the receivers, and they will split out Pierce Rummel to the near side. We have run play, though, as it's a Wildcat snap to Owen Carlson, who pushes forward for a couple of yards. And that'll get the clock moving to 35 seconds. 3rd and goal now from the 16-yard line. No urgency here for the Suns. They're kind of just walking. Still got a timeout to use if they want to. Walking over to the sideline for the play, so comfortable to take this one down pretty far in this situation. Now they're running. So get into the huddle, and they'll break it quick with 13 seconds left. They got to get set quick. They still have that timeout if they want to use it. And now timeout taken by Mount Horeb Barneveld with 6 seconds to play until halftime. So what this will set up being for West Bend East, from the 17-yard line, you could probably take one shot at the end zone, and then maybe if the time doesn't run down, just have that timeout, have your coach right in the ear of the official on the side, take that timeout right away, either try what would be a field goal from, well, this range would be about 34 yards, or take a second shot into the end zone. So for Mount Horeb Barneveld, absolutely clutch for them that they're in this situation, because they got a chance to get out of this and allow no points on this drive.
Yeah, interesting there that MHB calls a timeout with 6 seconds left. You get down the 4-second range, maybe just one play, especially in high school. It's tough to get a playoff, but they do stop the clock here. Possibility for East to work the sideline and maybe 2 plays, but
they are going to line up
like they're going to run it.
Full house here. Yep. They're just going to push it forward, try to get a little closer. Now they're going to get that timeout in with 2 seconds left. So that was all designed to get them a little bit closer, and now we're going to see the first field goal attempt for West Bend East on the year.
Yeah,
so many teams go the whole year without attempting a field goal, then they try one in the playoffs, and all kinds of weird things could happen.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of that, but really keep your eye on number 13, Mason Weaver. He'll be on one of the edges. He had a block punt last week. He can get around the edge, and if this team can maybe get something fluky here, a scoop and score.
Anything, keep points off the board to be huge.
Get this team a little bit of a spark. It's been tough going.
The Wisco Radio Broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Chiropractic, state-of-the-art chiropractic services right here in Mount Horeb, and Samuelson Eye Care. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care to schedule an exam today. Lining up to kick this is going to be Josh Staley. Staley on the year is 4 for 4 on extra points, and this will be a 32-yard attempt. Coach Brett St. Arnold is running out there to take a timeout to perhaps ice him here. Can't take it with you, so he uses his final timeout, and now we're all out of timeouts here. Peyton Fountain will be the holder. Staley will be the kicker. 4 for 4 on point after tries on the season.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of high school rosters, the position listed kicker. You don't see that very often.
I know on the ones that I made for our high school where I coached this year, we had QB/DB/LS, our long snapper listed, and a pretty good one too. But you're right, you don't usually just see K. Sometimes it's designated like when you get a foreign exchange student, like somebody who plays in Europe or South America, and they play soccer, so they're on the roster. That's all they do is they kick, and you don't have to do anything else. Like you just come out here and kick 50-yard field goals. It's just, you see that sometimes, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, not often you get to see just a true straight-up kicker right on the roster, and that is Josh Staley. 6 foot, 165-pound senior. Gonna try this one from 32 yards right down the middle with 2 seconds to play in the half. Out of the hole of Fountain, the kick is up, and this one is gonna be good.
Ooh.
Just over the crossbar, and the first field goal attempt of the season is good for West Bend East. 32 yards to put it through, and that'll give West Bend East a 17-0 lead here going into halftime. And that is, again, the end of the second quarter. And with the score, West Bend East 17, Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing. We'll have more right after this on Wisco Radio.
Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Farmer Savings Bank is proud of their community banking tradition. Farmer Savings Bank is committed to providing a high level of customer service and products to enhance the well-being of the communities they serve. Whether it is for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmer Savings Bank has money to lend. Be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmer Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmer Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
This Wisco Radio broadcast is sponsored by Samuelson Eye Care. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care to schedule an exam today. Kittleson Landscape. Call today for your free landscaping estimate. Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Mark Nortman and Associates, Mount Horeb's 5-star First Weber Realtor. Farmers Savings Bank, your Mount Horeb destination for home, farm, land, or business loans. Mount Horeb Chiropractic, state-of-the-art chiropractic services right here in Mount Horeb. And Norsk Golf Club, Mount Horeb's premier 9-hole golf course.
Welcome back to our Wisco Radio pregame show, joined by Vikings head coach Brett St. Arnold. Brett, good to see you here again.
Nice to see you.
All right, level 2, Brett, has to feel good. A nice win last week against a familiar foe, Stoughton.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought victory. Defense played extremely well. Offense, to second half, they took over and got us to the spot where we could, get JV players in the second half. It was just really nice to see us being able to come out and take care of business. It's never easy playing a team twice in 3 weeks, but able to come out with the victory and still still be here playing.
You had to be really happy with your defense. You got some takeaways in that game. We'll talk a little bit about the Trano show, but you knew they were a little bit undermanned, but your defense really came to play last week.
Yeah, I think that they had a couple of their players injured, and that probably played into the fact. But same token, you still got to take care of business, right? At this time of the season, you never know what can happen. That's why you play the game. Playoff football is just a different animal. Seeding's out the door. Records are 0-0 last week, and now we even view it as 0-0 this week. Everybody's good at this time of the season. Doesn't matter who it is, right? Doesn't matter your seed. So we just have to come ready to play football.
Well, your front seven, front eight have played very well here. Last week, the back end of your defense played exceptional. Your secondary, Ethan Trano, Elstead with some interceptions. Great night for your secondary.
Yeah, knowing that Trano's only been playing football for a little over a year, him starting to just progress into the player that he is now is just really good for us to see. Obviously, when your secondary plays well and your front seven are playing well, I mean, that attests to it too. I think that our front seven got pressure, especially Eli, a couple sacks last week as well. You test that to our D-line, holding the point of attack and getting some pressure, and then obviously the quarterback and making some throws, and then Trano making plays, and so is LJ too.
Special teams has been a bright spot for this team this year. You had a block punt last week. Yep. But that and the time management, Brett, I just think have really stood out to me as things. And obviously those are things that you work on a lot in practice.
Yep. I think that, there's three facets of the game, right? You got offense, defense, and a lot of times special teams kind of gets blocked out. But how important special teams can be to, especially this time of year, executing. It doesn't matter what specials it is, kickoff, kick receive, punt return, even extra points, right? I mean, Trano's been, for the year 28 of 31 on extra points. So for us to be able to execute that third facet is huge, and it's one of the things that are on our goal board, right? We have offense things we want to achieve on our goal board, defense we want to achieve, and special teams. So it's definitely something we focus on, and the whole time management piece, that just comes down to us being able to do the things we want to do, execute, and if we continue to do those things, we give ourselves a chance against anybody. So.
Well, a good example, you got to stop late in that second quarter last week again. Didn't have much time, went down and scored a nice play for Trano to score that touchdown. I really felt like that kind of got you guys going there into the halftime.
Yeah, I think that, again, we were a little bit of a stalemate first half last week. I think that just with a team that knows you really well, again, you having played them 2 weeks prior, they're going to obviously make adjustments. They have to, considering what happened last time, and we knew that was going to happen. So for us to come on and put that touchdown piece together right before the half there, and, Trano even kicking a field goal last week. All of those things are huge for us. Were huge for us last week, and then it rolled into the second half. Got the first second half kickoff, and we're able to take the ball down and score. And I think that was kind of the thing that kind of did them in.
Well, offensively, balance again last week. You ran the ball well, threw the ball very well. You have to be happy with the way your offense performed.
Hey, I think that's one of the things that I've highlighted all year is the fact that, when they want to stop the run, we're able to pass. When they want to stop the pass, we're able to run. It's very difficult. You've got Casey back there who can make all the throws. You've got an offensive line that's pretty dominant, that's been, holding the point of more than holding the point of attack. And then you got a hard runner like Trent running behind everything. It's very difficult to stop the offense when you've got so many different things you have to defend because our receivers are so athletic. They can stretch the field, all of them. I mean, Chris Keel can stretch the field, LJ can stretch the field, and Trano. I mean, so it makes it difficult to defend us, which is one of the things that I've always just kind of high pointed. What do you want to take away? Because I don't think you can take away everything. So whatever they give us, we take.
And one more offensive option, Austin Leibfried, right? Might be the favorite moment of the year, right. the fumble recovery for a touchdown, and had to love that out of your left tackle.
I mean, anytime a lineman scores, that might be their only time they get in the end zone in their entire life. One of the things I said, is kind of John Madden said it years ago. He said he's like, one thing I like most about when a big guy scores, you get a big guy touchdown and a big guy dance. So everyone in the crowd erupted, everyone on the sideline erupted. Everyone's happy for him, excited, because honestly, like I told him, you may never get there again, and you probably won't. If you're scoring touchdowns, it's usually a bad thing. So, well, not a bad thing, but you know what I mean? Like, if your offensive lineman scoring, yeah, but I was very happy for him, and I think everyone else was too.
Well, level 2 tonight, you take on the Suns from West Bend East, a team that I know many of us have not seen or know much about. What do they do so well? What got them to level 2 here?
Their rushing attack, they're a very good rushing attack. They got some big guys up front. Power football, that's kind of the North Shore's thing. Their power football conference. You think of Homestead, you think of teams like that who've come out of that conference. So they've got they got from a good football conference. So knowing that they can run the ball efficiently and run the ball well, I think that's obviously the key to the game. Being able to control that line of scrimmage and being able to dictate what they do. I think that if we can do those things, we can hold our point of attack, fly to the football, land shark as we call it here. I think that it puts us in a position to at least get the stops we need. But defensively, they're tough up front. They've got some really good linebackers who fly to the football, some good D linemen. I think that's kind of what's gotten to this point. I think that they roll when they get ahead, especially. So we're really hoping to keep it in a spot where we can have the lead, obviously, or keep it a close ball game so that, because otherwise, kind of like Monroe, they control the clock. And we have to try to prevent them from controlling the clock. So if we can do that, I think that puts us in a position to be successful.
All right, well, level 2 football. A lot of fun here last week in October. Brad, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much, Brad.
Coach St. Arnold on Wisco Radio pregame show. Stay tuned for the Vikings versus the Suns right here on Wisco Radio.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Welcome back to Mount Horeb High School. It is halftime. West Bend East 17, Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing, as we get ready for the second half of Level 2 playoff football action right here. Awaiting the winner of this game, the winner of Monroe and Pewaukee. They're also at the half with Monroe leading 14-7 on Pewaukee. Let's take a look at the first half stats, and for that, we'll turn it over to Brad Richardson. Brad.
Well, sometimes the stats don't tell the story, but right now the stats tell the stories, and we've got them up there. You might want to turn away if these might make you nauseous, but look at the total yards. I mean, it's just complete domination by West Bend East. I'm not sure I've seen a half like this.
The good news, and this is just for all of you, looking at this and you're feeling, the good news is there's only one direction to go from here.
Yeah.
And that's up, because 1 yard in the first half, that's not a tough bar to meet or to clear. So the second half, you would expect to go a little bit further on the way. The penalties, West Bend East had a couple of penalties that appeared pretty costly, like they were going to move them back quite a ways, a couple of those holding calls, but it hasn't really slowed them down for the most part with this 3-score lead. And on the flip of that, Mount Horeb Barneveld, now what the stat not listed, of course, is the turnover, the pick 6 that is directly led, of course, to 7 points for West Bend East, and that was a key early game play that really got the Suns off and running here.
Yeah, you think about that moment in the game, obviously a no-score game. They call it a game of inches, and it truly is. It's a punt that almost went into the end zone. It did not. And, the Vikings were kind of forced to play conservative there at the 1-yard line, but then they got in a third down situation, and of course, bad things happened with a pick 6, and they just haven't found their groove at all here tonight. We've seen this a little bit out of this team where they've been slow to start, but they've absolutely been able to get back on track. And there's obviously some ball game left here. Jimmy, you and I have been around this game long enough. When you've got a team, 1 loss on the year, they can score some points. They need some things to happen their way, some big plays, obviously, to help. But if they can get this opening drive, get some momentum, get some points, they'll be right back in this thing. But the way that West Bend East eats up clock, they're going to have to score and do that pretty quickly.
What you're seeing right now is a look-in at the Monroe and Pewaukee game. Monroe leading that 14-7, just underway in the third quarter. Monroe just punting it back to Pewaukee. Cheesemakers leading in that game also at halftime had the yardage edge, 148-81. But as we'll say in this game, and you'll hear it a few more times, still a lot of football to be played in both of these games. And remember, the winner of Mount Horeb Barneveld and West Bend East will meet the winner of Pewaukee and Monroe. And that top side of the bracket, I mean, all 4 of these teams are exceptional football teams. And really a shame that for 2 of them, the seasons end tonight, but that is the nature of the playoffs. And for both of the teams here that we're taking in Mount Horeb tonight, this second half should be a pretty good scramble to the finish, especially for Mount Horeb Barneveld to see, as you talked about, what kind of lift they can get. Who's going to make that play? Who's going to give you that fight? Because you're going to have a play in this second half that's going to fire you up, and you got to capitalize on that and take that momentum the whole way.
Yeah, we talked about special teams with Coach St. Arnold in our pregame and replayed that at halftime. And they've been very good on special teams. They've created lots of opportunities for themselves with special teams. We'll see if they actually give an opportunity for Owen Primusberger to perhaps touch the ball. Would be nice.
Yeah,
the speedster.
No touches, and they're going to hit the Vikings were lining up on the wrong end. They're going to flip them back, so they'll move from north to south on the return.
Yeah, we've seen West Bend East kick it out of bounds a couple times. I think that's intentional.
All 3 kickoffs have gone out of bounds in this game. And I'm saying that because now I wanted this 4th one to go to somebody to see what kind of play can be made on special teams in this game, as the ball will be teed up. And we'll be underway here in just a moment. Setting it on the tee is Sawyer Lichtensteiger, the senior tight end, defensive end. Defensive player of the year.
Might be the strongest kicker in the area.
Yeah, defensive player of the year as they line up, and now here comes the kickoff. It is a deep end-over-end kick. It is going to hit at the 4 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. So after 3 going out of bounds, this kickoff goes out. Not quite out of the back of the end zone, but in for a touchback. And for Mount Horeb Barneveld, that allows them to set up shop on the 20-yard line. They can choose where to spot the football. If they want it on the crown, left or right hash mark, they choose the crown in the center of the field for 1st and 10 now coming up for the Vikings.
Yeah, you got to push reset here, and one play at a time. You can't get it all back in one play.
3-score game as we begin the third quarter. 17-0 West Bend East. Helgensen is hit and sacked. My goodness. As Sawyer Lichtensteiger went up to try to deflect the pass and just lands on top of Helgeson, who tucked it and fell backwards. And on the first play from scrimmage, the Vikings are going to move back 6 yards. 2nd and 16 coming up after the sack.
Yeah, at least 3 sacks to East credit here tonight. Minus 22 rushing yards for Helgeson, who has really had a tough time decision making here tonight.
Lichtensteiger on the year, now 4.5 sacks and 16 tackles for a loss. Throw to the outside is high in the ladder for Trenel, and he's going to be shoved down, incomplete. In coverage was Schmidt on the near side. 3rd and 16 now, coming out very quickly for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, again, just trying for something here. Get your playmakers, Tranel going. We had Elstead with a nice catch in that first half, but have yet to get a first down, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was going to say the 12-yard pickup they had, the catch you were talking about was on a 3rd and 15. They had to punt it away. Elgeson lines up, throws this one high and behind Trenel. Incomplete now on the near sideline, and that will make it 4th and 16. And Tranel now will race back from near midfield, and he'll line up as the punter on this 4th and long play. So another 3 and out for the Vikings.
He's made some special plays this year. That's not a bad idea to let him perhaps come underneath it. And I don't know if he was expecting it maybe to go a little bit further, but got hung up with the cornerback.
I think kind of looking for that defensive back to see where he was before he went back for the ball. You saw him turn his head a couple of times. Now he'll be punting it away. West Bend East has gotten some pressure on these sideways kicks. Here's a roll that'll take a Vikings hop inside the 35, and it'll set down at the 32. Forward is touched there by Mason Weaver, and that will give it back to West Bend East. The football as they'll move it to the 32 with 11:01 to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Suns leading 17-0.
Yeah, it's going to definitely have to be the defense to make a play here. Get a fumble perhaps, or some other fluky play.
Yeah, they're going to.
They absolutely need to turn West Bend over.
Kress is not on the field for this play. He just ran off to the sideline. So West Bend East going to go on this drive, at least the start of it, with Cutler Schmidt. 6', 190-pound junior, single back. Going to motion Carlson across. Give it to Schmidt, who picks and chooses his way left side. He's going to back his way down for a first down. Ho-hum, 11 yards on the pickup and a first down for West Bend East.
85 rushes on the night for Schmidt, 54 for Kress, who's been more of the workhorse.
And he's coming back in now, so they'll get Carlson out.
Schmidt with the 48-yard.
This is not a flashy offense by any means, just very effective at executing, and that's something you can appreciate about a team that prepares well and knows a system. You see how well prepared they are, following a lot of the times on the left side behind Stephen Henry, honorable mention all-conference offensive lineman. Also Owen Porter, who is second team all-conference, depending on which side they decide to go. And this time they have everybody pull to the right, and Fountain gets taken down to the left, and the Vikings defense there to drop them for a big loss on the play. Going to lose about 6. It'll be 2nd and long.
Nice play by Mason Weaver on the edge.
And a whole bunch of Vikings crowding in there, and I think that was a case of the play going the wrong way. You saw the student body moving to the right, and everybody else went to the left, including the center who pulled on the play. That is Emerson Orth, first team all-conference center for West Bend East, pulled to the right along with Lichtensteiger, but the play went to the left, and there was nobody there for West Bend East. So now after the big play, the Vikings fire up a bit. 2nd and 16 after the mistake by the Suns. Fountain sets the offense, will pull it out and run straight forward, gets past some arm tackles, gets spun. Actually, it's Carlson gets spun down ahead of the 45 up to the 46, and he'll pick up 9 yards on the play to make it 3rd down and 7. Carlson is there. We talked about it, Swiss Army knife, Wildcat quarterback, lines up at receiver, H-back, quarterback, whatever they need him to do. And that time he was the quarterback. But Fountain is back in there at quarterback now. Kress behind him, Schmidt to his left at shotgun depth. They're going to run the counter to the right this time with Kress, who dives forward. This is going to be close. They're going to spot him down at the 48 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. That'll make it 4th down just across midfield. And we'll see what the Suns elect to do here.
Yeah, it's a 2 full yards, I would say.
It's right around midfield. Depends on how aggressive you want to be. Remember, Fountain is also the team's punter.
Yeah, I think.
And I don't think Mount Horeb Barneveld is thinking this is going to be a kick. They're lining up a defense here.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here.
So Fountain,
not surprising,
is going to go under center in this power I formation. He's going to turn, go off the left side, and got some room there for Kress, who is taken down by Pernot. but not after picking up about 6 yards down to the 43 of Mount Horeb Barneveld and a first down to the 42, in fact.
The 17th rush on the night for Crest, 62 yards.
6 yards on the carry, and again, you see just running through the tackles attempts being made. You see a lot of guys kind of angling on the tackles instead of squaring up on defense. They've been able to square up out in space, oddly enough, but on these between the tackles play, you see a lot of guys kind of leaning into the tackle, and it's allowing the forward progress of these running backs to keep them moving forward. Caleb Shep into the backfield now, along with Kress and Schmidt. They're going to run an option. Fountain's going to pitch out. It's actually Carlson in the backfield. He's going to stumble out of bounds on the far side at the 40 or so, depending on where he went out. It'll be second down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, Mount Horeb Barneveld's done a nice job on the edges. It's been obviously things up the middle that have hurt them the most.
And you look at just the stable of runners this team has. I mean, Carlson on the year had just 12 carries coming in, but for 143 yards, that's a 12-yard a carry average. So, you know, they've got weapons. They just haven't really had a whole lot of opportunity to use. They've been effective at just pounding the ball with Colton Kress all year. And this time they're going to hand it on to the up back. Just that quick hitter to Schmidt, who's going to pick up about 3. Down to the 37-yard line of Mount Horeb Barneveld, and a big third down play coming up here for the Vikings defense as we approach the midway point of the third quarter.
Might be another 4-down territory for West Bend. East, why not, right? You're up 17. You're on the opponent's 37-yard line.
And you haven't given up a first down on defense.
Exactly.
Mount Horeb Barneveld, I think the furthest they've gotten is about the 35, their own 35. And a bit of domination there. As Fountain will give, they're going to run it with Kress around the right side. He gets upended on the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th and short coming up here, as Kress got it inside the 35, but just barely. 4th and like 2 yards from here. Got to get 2 or 3. I think they got to get down to the 32. So 4th and a long 2 here.
Yeah, they'll go for it here. Probably that familiar power formation again. Last time got 6 yards on a 4th down, and about the same to go.
Caleb Shep comes back in, 170 pounds. Off to the left side, they got everybody in there in the power formation on this 4th and 2. And a give off the left side, and the Vikings defense runs up. It depends on the spot, but it looks like they're going to turn him over on downs.
Yeah, not even close that time. And I was just going to think they had to sell out for the run. And they did, and maybe a little bit of a spark here for MHB.
Well, right there.
Great penetration.
Yeah, great job of just working it right in there. And
yeah, Krantz got in there low, avoided the block.
Yeah, and you get the players behind you to help out, and you see the others filling in there, McGuire and others that fill in the play. And just like that, now the momentum shifts slightly over to Mount Horeb Barneveld, seeing how they can capitalize here. So they get set to go to work here on this first down. Clay Utt left of the center as an H-back, and it'll be a snap right to Helgeson, who gets buried across the 35 up to the 37. Positive yardage on first down makes it 2nd and 7 as we have now crossed the midway point of this third quarter with West Bend East leading 17-0.
Yeah, I think a designed quarterback keeper there. He faked the pitch to the outside.
Quarterback power can be very effective in that too, but more effective if you've established that you're going to run or do some of those plays to the outside. Of course, Mount Horeb Barneveld has really struggled in offense in 2+ quarters so far. So get the ball here, they'll ride and then eventually give onto the outside, and turning the corner and getting a first down on the play is Trenton Owens.
Something positive for the Vikings to
kind of kindling for that bonfire they want to start here,
yep.
Right?
Yeah, Owens has really been the workhorse here, obviously running the ball. The juniors had a really nice season.
Ball is up to the 45, 1st and 10, Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Just his 5th rushing attempt of the night, though.
2 receivers to the left, and here's number 6 as he picks his way off the left, but there is a flag on this play, and this one might be coming back, depending, seeing it where it's thrown. It's a hold. So a 3rd penalty of the night against the Vikings is going to wipe away what would have been a pretty solid run. And, just when you're starting to build a little bit of momentum, you get that holding call, and all of a sudden you're taking away positive yardage and putting yourself in a hole a bit here. Holding is tough, especially in high school football where they mark it off from where the flag is dropped. So instead of it being 2nd and 4, it is now 1st down and, oh boy, 23. You're going to the state line on this 1st down attempt. Call it close to the state line. We'll call it 1st down in Judah from here. Trips right for Helgensen, and he'll give the handoff right up the middle. And that play isn't going to go too far, up to the 35. They get a couple of the yards back, but now it'll be 2nd and 20 coming up for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, in these long passing situations, MHB has not been effective here tonight. Helgeson has had some troubles with guys in his face and throwing the ball a little bit erratic tonight.
Well, he's been throwing to the sidelines. Haven't really thrown down the middle at all. No crosshairs, nothing on a post route or anything. Everything's been along the sidelines on the throws. There's a single safety across the middle. They drop into a zone, and they'll get a few yards on this play on the completion to Shipman. Going to pick up 5 positive yardage, but it's going to be 3rd down and 15 coming up here for the Vikings.
Yeah, it looked like that was to junior Elstead.
17 and 12 in these numbers. Yeah, it is. You're right. 12 and 17 look so much alike from this high up. Apologies.
No worries.
Elstead with the ground.
I've seen a few more games, so.
Yeah, the numbers really throw you off when they're this thin and it's dark on dark, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult.
You know, in a couple of years, then if HS is going to say, yeah, you probably can't do that. Black on red is not contrasting regardless of the outline. 3rd and 15 with 3 receivers to the left. Helgeson drops straight back to pass, throws it up high on the ladder, incomplete. Missed his target, setting up at the 1st down marker. Looked like Chris Keel he was looking at that 45-yard line. It'll be 4th and 15 now for Mount Horeb Barneveld, and just 3:51 left in the 3rd quarter against a team that, with the ability to run the football, can make this game a whole lot shorter here in no time at all.
Yeah, high throw there. It's almost as if Helgeson's trying to aim the ball instead of trusting his arm.
So a punt coming here for Mount Horeb Barneveld after their most promising offensive drive can only get them close to midfield, up to the 45. This high punt drops straight down at the 30 and rolls to the side where it'll stop at the 29. That punt almost looked like it hit like the roof in a dome or something and dropped straight down where it hit. And that's where West Bend East will set up late here in the 3rd quarter with the score 17-0. This Wisco Radio broadcast is sponsored by Kittleson Landscape. Call today for your free landscaping estimate. And Farmers Savings Bank, your Mount Horeb destination for home, farm, land, or business loans. West Bend East in control, in front 17-0 on the other side of the bracket. Last check, Monroe led Pewaukee 14-7, so that is at the moment where things stand. Still some football to be played. Kress will turn the corner to the near side, and he'll move forward across the 35 up to the 36 on the student body run. 7-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 3 now for the Suns.
Yeah, really patient run to the outside following his blocker. I've been impressed tonight with the play of Caleb Shep. The junior's been a lead blocker many times, and you can tell they've run this play quite a few times.
Yeah, did a good job just getting in, double teaming on the end, give him the outside run and setting him up in good position on this 2nd and 3 now with 2 receivers right, single receiver near side, 1 running back in the formation for Carlson, Fountain, who spins off one. The ball is loose, and the Vikings are on top of it.
That's what the Vikings needed.
Barneveld gets it on the 50 and turns it over. The Vikings will have it at the 49 with 2:44 to play in the 3rd quarter.
After a 1st down run, and they put the ball on the turf.
Yeah, it was just Fountain trying to stretch the play out. Ball knocked out of there on the play by Zach McGuire, the sophomore, 6'3", 190-pound linebacker. And now the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings with their best starting field position and best field position period in the game at the 49 of West Bend East, the first time they have crossed the 50 in this game, courtesy of a fumble forced by the defense. Helgeson lines up with trips left, sets up to throw. Good protection, throws it down the middle, looking, and it's going to be up and incomplete as Crandall couldn't hang on. Knocked out of his hands by Pierce Rummel as he came across on the post route, trying to bring it in after high pointing it, and Rummel got a hand in there to knock it away. My goodness. There's a good read, comes back to him. The backside of the play, gets the hands up, and then Rummel just stayed with it with that left hand to swat it out of there.
Yeah, Roy, good play defensively.
Trips left in the set for Mount Horeb Barneveld, 2nd and 10 from the 49. Throws it near side. Trannell's got this one. Bullies his way inside the 40 down to the 38. First down, Mount Horeb Barneveld. Well, they got something moving here, Brad.
Yeah, Trannell's first catch of the night.
33rd of the season. 472 yards and 8 touchdowns for Trannell on the year. Ball at the 37 of West Bend East. After a 12-yard pickup, 1st and 10, Mount Horeb Barneveld, 2:33 third quarter. Gonna hand it off this time to Owens, gets past 1, gets past 2, now bounces it to the outside, to the left side. He's inside the 20 and taken down. No, stays on his feet as he gets it down inside the 5. 1st and goal, Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Some life.
Injured player on the field is Nate King for West Bend East, and with that we'll get a quick stoppage for the injury. 2:23 to play in the third quarter. West Bend East 17 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing, but the Vikings will have it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line going into the south end zone.
Yeah, really good job by Owens. There was guys obviously swiping at that ball, and he got an extra 12 yards or so.
The MHB Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of young football players and raising funds for the MHB football program. We thank the MHB Gridiron Club for helping provide you tonight's broadcast free of charge. MHB Gridiron Club, the official playoff sponsor of Wisco Radio. And we'll give you this word from the WIAA as well. It's time to join the Buckle Up, Phone Down movement. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation challenges all Wisconsin drivers to put safety first by taking the 2 most important actions to prevent or survive a crash. Use your seatbelt at every trip and put down the phone when driving. Buckle up and phone down on every trip, every time. Well, we can, just thinking out loud here, we talk a little bit about how things set up. On the other side of the bracket from here is the Monroe-Pewaukee game, and I know a lot of people looked at that matchup as sort of one of those 2 teams would be the team out of this bracket that would be favored, considering that Monroe gets the top seed. They've already beaten the team on this side of the bracket in Mount Horeb Barneveld all the way back in week 2. But I tell you what, it has been refreshing in the past few years to see some of these Badger Conference teams as you get a live look in right now at the Monroe-Pewaukee game, which is still 14-7, as that one I think is already into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, 10.5 to go, 4th quarter.
So that game is going about as we'd expect, close game. Both teams like to run the football. Yep. Pewaukee had a great story. They have a quarterback who started homecoming, a girl starting at quarterback, and actually made national news for being able to do that. So that's a pretty cool story out of Pewaukee. I just love stories in high school football, just showing you the individuals, the student athletes and the achievements they make. I know we talk so much about playoffs and teams and all these other things, but it comes right back down to the students that are playing the game, and it is just fun to hear about some of those stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And for many of these young athletes, this is their chance to play a sport.
And for
more often than not.
Yeah, for a lot of these players, for over 90% of them, they will never play organized football again. So for the seniors, a time coming down. But Mount Horeb Barneveld in great position here. 1st and goal from the 3. 2:23 to play in the third quarter, down 17-zip. After the injury timeout, Helgeson lines him up. Snap give to Owens, who gets spun down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard as he got pushed forward a bit. Down to the 2, a 1-yard pickup makes it 2nd and goal from the 2 for Mount Horeb Barneveld. And Brad, this is kind of a spot on the field where maybe you think of your best 2-point conversion plays and just say, here we go, let's try this.
Well, they like to run a 2-point conversion. And their best play around here has been Trent Owens.
Owens is lined up left of Helgeson in the backfield, and they are going to...
little inside handoff.
Give it there, yeah, you said it. They get a little bit of room off the left side, but not into the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal now from right around the 2.
That was a handoff from Owens to Beekner. Beekner spending more time running back position, or the receiver position, I should say.
Yeah, a little double handoff right there, and only get it maybe inside the 1 at this point. So 3rd and goal from the 1, 3 feet away from getting on the board here late in the 3rd. Here's the give as they'll tuck it right inside the middle, and the officials are walking along the 1 here. And I got to think that there's no way they're going to kick from here. It's a 4th and goal from the 1, and Mount Horeb Barneveld's going to line up and go for it.
Yeah, it's always an interesting spot, right? You have to get points. You're down 3 scores. But I think you're right. I think it's a touchdown or bust here for the Vikings.
You know, it's funny. Their first possession was right here, the spot of the field. Exact same end zone and everything. Try to come full circle, punch this one in. 3 receivers split out here. Owens to the right of Helgenson. Helgenson's rolling out, throwing it for the end zone. Receiver was not looking for it. It is incomplete, and the Suns defense will hold on goal to go from the 3 on 4th down, a turnover on downs. And it'll be spotted at the 1 where West Bend East will take over with 31 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, probably had the right play call. And just couldn't.
Just a little jump pass and got it just behind his target. Kind of shot putted that one in there. Not a whole lot of loft on that attempt to Clay Utt. Receiver turning around, trying to find it. It was on his back hip, almost on his tailbone. And now West Bend East will go all power, and they're just going to push forward with the quarterback to give him a little more room to work with. And you know an offensive line is doing well when you see a pile like that move. You see the pile moving back 2 or 3 yards. That just tells you the offensive line is driving and getting to their spots, as that will likely be the final play here of this 3rd quarter. West Bend East is heading for the sideline, and we'll trade ends of the field. On to the 4th quarter we go. Your score after 3 complete is West Bend East 17 and Mount Horeb Barneveld nothing. You're watching Wisco Radio.
Farmers Savings Bank is proud of their community banking tradition. Farmers Savings Bank is committed to providing a high level of customer service and products to enhance the well-being of the communities they serve. Whether it is for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmers Savings Bank has money to lend. Be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmers Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.
Welcome back to Mount Horeb High School as we begin the 4th quarter with West Bend East leading 17-0 on Mount Horeb Barneveld. Jimmy Kuska, Brad Richardson with you, and our full cast and crew on hand here on Wisco Radio, bringing you the action here tonight. And for Mount Horeb Barneveld, this season comes down now to 12 minutes and trying to overcome a 3-possession deficit.
Yeah, obviously a big moment in the game. They just got a little momentum right. Something positive happened, and unable to score. 4 chances within the 5-yard line. Maybe that injury timeout stopped momentum a little bit.
Here's a handoff going to Kress around the left side, but the Vikings line is there to cover it up. Trying to bounce that one to the outside and staying at home and working down the line. The defensive front for Mount Horeb Barneveld has been a bright spot in this game, especially working the edges in this contest, and they get the stop right there.
Yeah, this defense overall has played pretty well. They've only given up 10 points here tonight, folks. So,
yeah, the pick 6, of course. There was the field goal right before halftime as well. So, yeah, 10 points allowed by the defense. The pick 6 was taken in from the 5, so only a 5 or 6 yard return on an interception. And right here, 3rd and 7, West Bend East at their own 4-yard line. As Fountain rolls out to his right, looking to throw, and he'll just throw it at the feet of his intended target, Schmidt. Makes it 4th down, and we're going to see Fountain and the Suns try to punt it onto their own end zone. And here's a decision if you're a special teams coach. Knowing you're going to get good field position, you try to send the house in here, try to get a block.
Send the house.
I agree. This is where you go in Madden, and you're just mashing punt block with all 10 guys rushing in.
Yeah, again, watch Mason Weaver. I'm not sure if he's on the left side or where he's at, but he had a block last week. But you absolutely send the house here, Jimmy.
I think they are. Everybody is up there. I think they're reading our minds here. Here's the rush, and Fountain doesn't waste any time kicking this one high and away. Yeah, it's a great kick. He's going to take a hop, and Beekman's going to go back to get it. Gets past one man and then just sidesteps out of bounds. Officially, that's going to be a 0-yard return, but it does keep it from rolling any further, I guess, and that'll give Mount Horeb Barneveld good field position at their own 44-yard line. And down 17-0. Mount Horeb Barneveld has all 3 timeouts and still 11:01 on the clock, which is a lot of time to work with. But Brad, possessions, you probably only maximum get 3 more possessions in this game, so they all have to count now.
Yeah, that's why that last possession obviously was so important. You're chasing points now and running out of time.
Trips left, single receiver right for Helgetson, and the Vikings offense snap is loose. It's on the ground. Helgetson picks it up, throws it, and just I don't know how they actually managed to complete this pass, but they do. Picks up 2 or 3 across the 45 up to the 46. After the bad snap, it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, just the 2nd reception of the night for Ethan Tranel.
Not a bad safety valve to have, but that ball was snapped low. Helgetson had to go down to get it, and smartly went down to get it without putting a knee on the ground, which would have stopped the play dead. Saw that a number of times over the years where, bad snap, you drop to a knee to go scoop it up, and then the play's dead at that point. 2nd and 8 coming up here, giving it to Owens, who makes the cut, going straight off the left now, and he'll get it across midfield on top of the MHB logo. It'll be 3rd and short coming up after about a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, this looks more like the MHB offense that we've seen, minus the big plays, but some running room here for Owens, and I imagine West Bend is probably happy with that situation.
Mount Horeb Barneveld showing a little bit of giddy up now as that clock ticks under 10 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 2 as Helgenson drops back to pass, kind of backpedaling on this throw, but it's caught on the near side, breaking a tackle and getting it inside the 30 is Chris Keel. 1st down, Mount Horeb Barneveld inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Football on the left hash mark near side of the field. After the completion, now it'll be 1st and 10. Mount Horeb Barneveld trips right with Keel split out wide left on the near side. Helgenson back to throw, looking for Keel again. He'll set up right in front of the defensive back. Fights his way forward inside the 25 down to the 22. And that'll be a quick pop pass for 7. 2nd and 3 coming up. Seeing something with the defensive backs just sprinting straight backwards perhaps and just getting these quick 5 to 7 yard hitches to pick up the positive yardage. We have an official timeout. Something's going on out there. Now,
is it a, I don't know, injury?
They tapped his shoulders as it was an official's timeout here. Usually you see that in the warmer months when they tell him to go get a drink of water when it's 90 degrees and humid. It must have been an equipment issue as Carlson comes off. It gives the coaches a chance to huddle and talk real quick here. Sometimes there's blood on a uniform, or maybe a chin strap is broken, or it could be any number of things. We're never going to know it in the moment, but it's usually what happens there. And we're back to work. 2nd and 3. Trips right for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Keel split out to the left. Helgenson looks for Keel again. That same hitch route, and this time pushing inside the 15 down to the 12. 1st and 10. Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, they like that matchup over here clearly on this left side.
They keep throwing it if they're going to keep backing off on it. So the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line, left hash mark. Now 12-yard line.
Yeah, Chris hasn't been a huge part of the passing game this year, but finding something here.
9 catches coming into tonight. Now looking for him in the end zone, open, and he's got it! Touchdown, Mount Horeb Barneveld! Keel with a 12-yard catch, and the Vikings score here in the 4th quarter with 8:52 remaining. It is West Bend East 17, Mount Horeb Barneveld 6.
Yeah, watch this double move.
He got that defensive back just shaking and stuttering there. Got him to slip and in the end zone for a score. Went to him on 4 straight plays, had 9 catches for 122 and a score coming in, and then 4 catches on this drive for Kiel. The extra point is up, and it is good. 8:52 to play in the fourth quarter. It is West Bend East 17 and Mount Horeb Barneveld 7. This Wisco radio broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to our customers in Mount Horeb, and Norse Golf Club, Mount Horeb's premier 9-hole golf course.
6 straight completions for Helgeson, and most of those going Kiel's way. Actually, 4 of those 6 going to Kiel on that drive. 43 yards in the air to Kiel.
And it's
74 yards total passing for Helgeson.
122 yards and 9 catches coming in, and then you basically get half a season's worth of production in 1 scoring drive. That's amazing.
Yeah, they obviously like that matchup where we'll see if West Bend East will make an adjustment.
Well, if they play him up, then they can work on having that move go down the field. What's what happened on the touchdown is he faked the hitch and then went into the end zone, the hitch and go.
Live looking to Monroe here again.
14-7 Monroe, about 4 minutes left in that one over at Holyoke Field.
Yeah, it looks like Monroe may be getting a turnover of sorts.
And they're high-fiving right now. We knew that one was going to be a good one on that side of the bracket. And I tell you, the winners this week that move on to level 3, I mean, those are the elite teams, regardless of what happens the rest of the way. And just the right to play for it here in level 2 shows you what a good team here. It's an onside kick. Trandall kicks it high, and it is loose on the near sideline, but it gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with West Bend East. Ball came up. Mount Horeb Barneveld got the hand on it.
They had a chance at it for sure. That thing was hanging up there.
It went sky high. And
well done.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings kind of tipped it, trying to tip it to a teammate there. So the penalty for the kick going out of bounds, they're going to take it at the spot, which is the 43.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got a good angle of
I don't
that
know.
onside kick or not.
I mean, that ball went, I mean, it was a good spot.
It was there.
Where it went. Yeah, it was there for sure. A great kick. And now West Bend East going to try to run it down here. And every first down represents about 2 minutes of game time, as they'll give it this time to Kress. Hurdles the defender, gets it across the 50 down to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard pickup there. So you figure for every first down that West Bend East is able to get, that's 2 minutes of game time they can run down here. So you know, starting to drive, they can get it down to about 6:45.
Kress has been the workhorse here tonight. 22 carries, 80 yards, 88 yards on 9 carries for Schmidt.
Not a whole lot of plays in this game, as both teams have been able to hold the ball, run some clock on these drives. You're going to fake it as Fountain's going to go back to throw, rolling out, throws it across the middle. Dangerous pass in traffic. Looking on the play for Sawyer Lichtensteiger, the tight end, 2nd team all-conference tight end, also defensive player of the year in the conference for West Bend East. Looking for a flag, nothing coming. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 49. And with the clock stopped at 8:09, this 3rd down play is absolutely humongous for the Vikings.
Yeah, I think, you know, West Bend maybe trying to get Mount Horeb Barneveld just thinking something different there, but it does stop the clock.
3rd
Big
and 2.
play here.
3rd and 2 at the 49 of Mount Horeb Barneveld as Fountain sets up. Going to give it to Schmidt on the up back, and he's got nothing but green in front of him. He is off to the races for his 2nd score of the game, this time from 49 yards away. And Cutler Schmidt pushes the margin to 23-7 with 8:01 to play in the 4th quarter. At the moment, still a 2-possession game. If the point after try is good, either by kick or 2-point conversion, it makes it a 3-possession game. So a pretty key play here in this game to try to keep it to 2 possessions.
Yeah, 2 big touchdown runs for Schmidt. 137 yards on the ground, and that's a tough one.
And no one touched him. I mean, it was, you know, there was nobody within 5 yards of him on that score. Point after try now coming. Kick is up, and this one is going to hop through and make it a 3-possession game. That is a big point after, as West Bend East goes up 24-7 with 8:01 to play in the fourth quarter. And yes, a 17-point lead, making it now a 3-possession game.
Yeah, perhaps some
flag.
extracurricular after the extra point was good. I think this is going to be unsportsmanlike or maybe a personal foul. I guess they didn't indicate it yet.
I think they tried to indicate it on both teams, so maybe an offsetting kind of deal. And it happens. Frustration boils over here. But Mount Horeb Barneveld will get the football back. It's a 3-possession game with 8:01 to play in this fourth quarter. Last check we had, 4 minutes to play. Monroe was leading Pewaukee 14-7. So at the moment, the matchup would be West Bend East at Monroe, but still 8 minutes and change here. And a last check, about 4 minutes to play down at Holyoke Field in Monroe.
We'll see what West Bend elects to do on this kickoff. They have been reluctant to give the Vikings an opportunity. Kicks out of bounds, or the last one was in the end zone.
And the way the Vikings line up on kick return, they got the 3 deep to try to give somebody a chance to run one back. Allows you to set up pretty good side returns too if you can get that wall set up. And we'll see here as Lichtensteiger gonna run up on this one to kick it away, and it is deep and returnable for the Vikings from the 11.
Owen
Turn it up
Primusberger
the field and up to the 26-yard line, maybe the 25, where they spot it. And that is where the Vikings will take over with 7:55 to play in the fourth quarter, trailing 24-7.
Yeah, I wonder if the MHB coaching staff would perhaps insert Owen Primusberger in their offense here to try to put another playmaker on the field.
At the moment, they're going with the normal O. Again, it's a 3-possession game with 8 to play. They still have all their timeouts. Both teams do. So Helgeson drops back to pass, throwing, looking for Keel, and it is incomplete as it is knocked away from him by Carlson. Carlson had to leave the game on the last drive. You see now he's coming out there. He's got the sleeves on the one side, or both sides now are rolled up. They were both down before. So might have had some blood on a sleeve is why he had to leave earlier. In coverage there, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 coming up for Mount Horeb Barneveld down their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, well covered going back to Keel. Obviously had the hot hand in that last drive.
4 catches on the previous drive, had 9 catches on the year coming in, split out to the near side, Carlson covering him.
They're rolling a linebacker over to double cover.
Helgeson rolling out, throwing on the run, it's high, it's caught, and the Vikings will have it near midfield. Great catch made around the 48-yard line on the scramble play, or maybe it's a sprint pass to the right. Either way, effective for the Vikings as they move the football down the field. 7:42 to play in the fourth quarter as the Vikings get back up on the ball. Keel split out to the near side and get trips to the near side. Helgeson quickly up and ready to go. Looking left, now throwing left, throwing it deep, looking, and it is intercepted. Carlson's got it. He'll return it to the 30 and go out of bounds at the 32 as Carlson gets the pick. Owen Carlson, 6'1" junior, plays everywhere on the field and playing corner in place of the injured Nate King, who went out earlier in this second half with an injury, had to be helped off the field. He's over on the sideline having his leg wrapped up on the far side there on the trainer's table. Carlson subbing in as the defensive back makes the pick, and the 2nd interception of the game for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Yeah, that one definitely takes the wind out of any of the sail that they had. Partially blowing in the wind, but
yeah, at this point, you need someone on defense. Come up with a big play, take one to the house, do something. It's going to be up on the defense's shoulders now. Strip that football away as the first carry is going to go to Kress off the left side, and he'll get put into a pile, and after a while they get him down. Boy, the forward progress has him going across. I don't know if he got across the 35, but they're spotting the football up at the 36, and a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7 coming up as the clock ticks in under 7 minutes to play in this fourth quarter.
Carry number 23 in the night for Kress.
he hasn't had the 2 big scoring runs. That's belonged to Cutler Schmidt, who's stepped up big. Schmidt himself, no honors on offense, but was a second-teamer all-conference on defense. You're going to give it to Schmidt right up the middle, and he's going to take it, and he's off to the races here, 50 to the 40. He's going to be hemmed in, perhaps, as he breaks one tackle. Gets inside the 15 to the 10. He stumbles away. He's inside the 5, diving for the pylon. He's in. A hat trick for Cutler Schmidt, and that will drive the dagger deep into Vikings Nation. 30-7, the lead for West Bend East with 6:33 to play in the fourth quarter.
65 yards on that dagger run.
And now you see the hands on the hips, and I think the reality sets in a bit for the defense as that quick hitter has been there for Schmidt and this offense all night. Cutler Schmidt, a junior, 6 foot, 190-pound running back coming into tonight. 71 carries for 358 and 5 touchdowns. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight. Point after try, Josh Staley lined it up out of the kick, or out of the hold of Peyton Fountain, and it is no good. So the extra point no good. 6:33 to play in the fourth quarter. It remains a 3-possession game as West Bend East leads it 30-7 with 6:33 to play in the fourth quarter. This Wisco radio broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to our customers in Mount Horeb. And Norse Golf Club, Mount Horeb's premier 9-hole golf course. Also get you a quick word on the MHP Gridiron Club. They're an organization focused on assisting the development of young football players and raising funds for the MHP football program. We thank the MHP Gridiron Club for helping provide you tonight's broadcast free of charge. MHP Gridiron Club, the official playoff sponsor of Wisco Radio. And should things hold as they are and be the end of it, I tell you, seeing the community support for a program, here in Mount Horeb and with Barneveld, the co-op here, it is remarkable because you talk about the coverage or just the attention paid to schools around Dane County, and certainly once you get further away from the city proper, you start seeing it really pop up. And right here, they do it well in Mount Horeb. A deep kickoff. They go into the end zone for a touchback, and the Vikings will have it on their own 20. I tell you, it's a big shout out to all the businesses and all the people that support the football programs here at Mount Horeb and Barneveld, because you get to some communities and you just don't see that level of commitment from people when it comes to high school athletic programs. Not in all cases, but in some. So the support here is fantastic.
Yeah, celebrating back-to-back conference championships, first time ever in school history this year, and just couldn't get on track here tonight. Some time left in this one, but fading pretty fast, and INT number 3.
Pick, and this is intercepted by Kress. There's a flag on the return as Kress slides down, and we'll see what the flag is. It came in after the interception, and you see over on the far side Coach Jeff Rondorf waving his players off the field. I believe that flag came after the pick, so the interception would stand, and it is, block in the back or a holding. And we just get an update. We'll get an update looking at the Monroe-Pewaukee game here in a second, but it looks like a big play late in that one as things evened up or close to it. And actually, maybe. Okay, Pewaukee takes a lead 21-14 in the fourth quarter on the other side of the bracket. So
Pewaukee obviously had a score that we didn't catch, and then they just had a turnover return for a touchdown we're hearing as well. So they're taking a late lead.
And if that holds, that means West Bend East, if this result stays the same with 6:25 to play in the fourth quarter, West Bend East would be in line for a home playoff game if they're an approved level 3 home field. So look at that. You don't expect that as a 3 seed going in, that you might get to host a state quarterfinal. As Schmidt will get the carry, stays patient. Now stiff arms a runner, stiff arms a second runner, and then a flag comes in well after the play. Another flag comes in now at the end of the play. These two flags might be for different things.
Yeah, you might be right.
6:19 to play in this fourth quarter as there's a flag thrown off to the side on the far side of the play, back up field, maybe a little extracurricular, and then after the play, running back going to the ground after the whistle. So you might have some 15-yard variety coming out of this, but we'll see. And if they're both against, say, Mount Horeb Barneveld, it would take them 30 yards up the field here, down into the red zone. From the 39, it would be 30 yards and flags. So we'll see what the discussion is here. We're just kind of watching it. We're not really sure what they're talking about. Can you read lips on the monitor there?
I cannot.
Looking at hand signals. There's some flags here.
We'll get it soon enough.
Yep, they'll give us a call here. They're not mic'd up or anything. I'm doing my best job to read lips, but I'm not very good at it from this far away.
Haven't really been too many penalties here tonight.
A moderate amount, I would say. Pretty average
Single
amount.
digits maybe total.
Yeah, right around 10, I think, combined. I'm not really keeping track of it, but we had 6 at halftime. Holding offense, personal foul, defense. So, if they assess the personal foul after the play, so holding would be during the play, and a personal foul if it happened after the play.
That's a dead ball.
So that would mean they'd mark off the 10 and then mark off the 15. All kinds of fun in high school football. I have looked at the rule book, and my head started spinning. Man, that is, officials got a hard job to do. So they're going to mark the 15 yards forward, and that is enough for a first down. It's not an automatic first. The yardage gives them the first. Ball is at the 29 after the penalties are assessed, and West Bend East with 6:19 to play in the fourth quarter, up by 23, 30-7. Fountain will get a man in motion across. That is Pierce Rummel. And then Fountain will run it near side, fouls a lead blocker. And then he's taken, that's a horse collar tackle. He has an easy call for the officials. The hands were above the nameplate on the tackle attempt as Primusberger took him down, and that'll be a horse collar tackle. And that'll be a first down, as it looks like Fountain is still down after the horse collar tackle. Right around the 24. So again, for the horse collar has to be if you grab a player at or above the nameplate or on the collar and pull him down, that is a horse collar tackle by the rules. And that's what happened there. That was right in front of the officials as well. And they tend now to Peyton Fountain on the near side. They'll mark off the penalty. Now, because it's inside the 25, it'll be half the distance to the goal. So from the 23 to the, 11 and a half. So they'll do that. And while they do that, we'll tell you this Wisco Radio broadcast is brought to you by First Weber Mark Nortman, Mount Horeb's 5-star First Weber Realtor. Pewaukee leading Monroe 21-14, and our last opportunity to look there as they tend to the injured player on the field here. That is the other side of this bracket. Pewaukee and Monroe. Monroe the 1 seed, Pewaukee the 4 seed. So that game being played one county to the south in Greene County. And we're going to try to get you a look into that game to see where that one stands as they tend to the injured player, Peyton Fountain, the senior quarterback for West Bend East, taken down on a horse collar tackle near side in front of the Mount Horeb bench. But we'll try to get you a look at what's happening in the Pewaukee-Monroe game. Right. So Monroe scored a touchdown, and as we're looking at it, boy, the internet gets us sometimes, right? Al Gore's internet at it again. But it looks like Monroe just scored, so pending a point after.
A lot of points in the fourth quarter in that game. It was a 14-7 game.
Yeah, 14.
For the longest time.
Yep, now it is, at the moment, a 1-point game, apparently, is what we've seen. So we'll try to get you the final on that one as well. Winner of that game faces the winner here. So we do know that Monroe scored with 15 seconds to play in that game to make it now the point after try. And in that situation, coaches often just go for 2, go for the win or go home, right? That's usually the call. I had a couple of those in my broadcasting career. I think the most recent one I had was a Waukesha West Monona Grove game about 4 years ago. They actually lined up and went for the point after. There was an offside, so they moved it up a yard and a half, and then Monona Grove said, let's go for it. And they got it and moved on to level 4 and then eventually to state that year. They played all their games on the road. So,
yeah, playoff time, sometimes you roll the dice. Interesting here, Jimmy. Hopefully nothing serious here for the West Bend East quarterback. But, 66 minutes left here. You've got a pretty strong lead, and you're running with your quarterback. You put him in some danger in those situations. You've been so effective with your running backs with Schmidt and Kress, and it's really the coach's worst nightmare, right, is you got a play call, you like it, positive yards on it, obviously, but you're putting your quarterback at risk when you put the ball in his hands in these situations. And the defense, they're trying to come at you aggressively, strip the ball. That time, an aggressive tackle from Primusberger, and sometimes this happens, but hopefully it's nothing serious here for Fountain.
Fountain is a 2-year starter at quarterback, second team all-conference punter this year for the Suns. And Monroe went for 2. As we talked about, they usually go for 2 in those situations. So with 15 seconds left, Monroe went for 2 and got it. So the Cheesemakers lead Pewaukee 22-21. And that game coming down to the wire there as we get a quick look at things. We've got a bit of a delay on the stream. We're getting some text updates, so we're actually going to get to see this 2-point conversion right here as we await the injured player here in our game, West Bend East and Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Good timing, I guess, here as they have an injury timeout.
This time the internet issues are working in our favor because the delay works in our favor here to see this. So you're actually going to see the 2-point conversion with 15 seconds left to give Monroe a lead. And just to spoil this for you, because I'm great at that, don't ever talk to me about streaming shows, as they will get the 2-point conversion here. Good read by the quarterback there.
Keeper.
My goodness, he had an option play there, and he keeps it to run in. That's a gutsy play. What a call, too, by Monroe to get that in. And as Coach Golembeski, Tony Golembeski, who's also involved with the baseball program at Monroe, the head football coach, making the call there to go for it. 22-21, Monroe leading Pewaukee, and that one closing to a finish down there in Greene County. A heck of a call. I mean, that's an exciting moment, too, in football. I mean, you talk about putting the game in the hands of your players and saying, hey, you can go win the game right here. This time it was, this time not at the end of the game, but with only 15 seconds left. Meanwhile here, Peyton Fountain's being helped off the field, and he's not putting a whole lot of weight on the legs as he is helped off right now. Got a couple of people helping him off. Now some of the taller players are coming over offering assistance. As Fountain will be helped off. He's walking pretty gingerly over there. Sometimes that's a hip or a tailbone. Sometimes you're walking like that, lower back. Those are all things you consider when you're taken down from behind, on that play. That's why the horse collar rule is in the rule book, is for that exact reason, because it is a dangerous play. It's not intentional, sometimes you're just grabbing for whatever, trying to take a guy down. You're not really thinking about where. And that time Fountain unfortunately injured on the play, and he'll head to the far sideline. So that's 2 key performers for West Bend East that have gotten knocked out of this game. Nate King left in the 3rd quarter with an apparent leg injury, and here Fountain leaves, not able to put a lot of weight as he exits the field. The senior quarterback for the Suns will leave here, and that will bring in, if they bring in Owen Carlson, he'll be the reserve quarterback, and it looks like he is the one in the huddle here. On 1st and 10 from the 11 as West Bend East trying to get out of here with no further damage done. Meanwhile, Mount Horeb Barneveld hoping to force a turnover, something. 3 timeouts in their pocket. If they can house one on the turnover, if the backup quarterback in, things will go well. They're going to give it to Carlson, who's going to run quarterback power to the left. And you see the Vikings just poking and punching at that football, hoping to knock it out of there.
Yeah, again, they're running their quarterback, Jimmy, and I think it's just an interesting call. You've lost your starting quarterback here, obviously, and now the next play you run with your backup quarterback. That's just something I don't quite understand with the dynamic running backs that they have in the backfield. I'm not sure why you'd put your quarterback in that position.
Carlson is kind of that's kind of what his role is. He's only thrown 2 passes on the year, and he comes in, he's usually running the football. He run what looks like a wildcat when he's in there. He comes out of an H-back slot or out of an H or a Z, depending on which side of the formation he's on. But he's in there now, and as you talked about, the 2 running backs, they're going to give to Crest going off the right side. Stays on his feet, keeps the legs churning inside the 5. Going to spot him down at the 4, where it'll be 3rd down and short. 3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line.
24 carries on a night for Crest. I have him for just under 90 yards, 87 yards.
Averages 139 a game, but Cutler Schmidt has certainly carried the load with those 3 long touchdown runs tonight. I mean, I imagine he's probably pushing 200 yards at this point.
Yeah, 202 I've got Schmidt down for on 11 carries.
That's not bad for me because I'm terrible at math. So power formation here. Carlson ducks in under. And there's a false start on the left tackle. They're going to give it to Crest, crashing hard off the right, but they're going to move him back 5. And That'll make it 3rd down and 8 now from the 9 with 4:34 to play in the 4th quarter. And West Bend East leading 30-7. So the Monroe game against Pewaukee has not yet gone final. I believe we're getting that update right now. And it is final. So the 2-point conversion to go up 22-21. The Monroe Cheesemakers host the winner of this game next Friday night at 7 o'clock. At the moment, it is the West Bend East Suns. 23-point advantage and knocking on the door on 3rd and 8 from the Mount Horeb Barneveld 9. Carlson gives to Kress, patiently chooses his way off the right, stops at the 5. And now on 4th down, we'll see what West Bend East elects to do, if they want to try another field goal or what they're going to do. Timeout Vikings with 3:51 to play in the 4th quarter. And that'll give the Suns more time to think about it. Now, they might not go for a field goal because their holder is hurt now with Fountain out. So they don't have a backup holder then. And you don't expect your starting quarterback to go out if they're doing so much for you. You know, you have them play in every spot you can to keep them all on the field, but that is certainly something they'll be missing here, and we'll see what they elect to do on this 4th down play. This Wisco Radio broadcast is sponsored by Mount Horeb Chiropractic, state-of-the-art chiropractic services right here in Mount Horeb, and Samuelson Eye Care. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care to schedule an exam today. I had my pen set on the line and I dropped my pen, so I lost my place in the middle of that.
Yeah, I think you go for it here. You know, the field goal attempt, fluky things can happen, and I think you just go for it here.
Yeah, and and if you're running here, I mean, you want a field goal saying, I'm going to try to score points, at least on a run play. You're just saying, hey, look, we're up. We're trying to get out of this, too, as they'll give it to Kress, who bangs his way in off the left side into the end zone. Touchdown, West Bend East. And that'll make the score West Bend East 36 and Mount Horeb Barneveld 7. So, with 3:46 to play, this game is pretty well in hand. And assuming it stays the way it is, West Bend East will play at Monroe. They'll be making another trip across the state, but this time to the heart of Greene County to take on the Monroe Cheesemakers, top seed in this Division III bracket in a state quarterfinal.
It was not that long ago. It was 17-7.
Yeah, and really in the 17-7, this point after try by the way, hooks to the left, another one hooks to the left, no good. So the score stays at 36-7. Well, yeah, and part of that 17 was a pick 6 from the 5-yard line. So it wasn't like Mount Horeb Barneveld was just playing poorly and getting beat up. They weren't moving the ball offensively. They were still defensively making enough plays. But the second half, the wheels start coming off a bit. A couple of long touchdown runs and the turnovers, getting those interceptions. The turnovers have really hurt them. I think all of the turnovers that Mount Horeb Barneveld's had have been turned into points the other way.
Yeah, 3 interceptions on the night for Helgeson. It's really too bad. He's played such a pivotal role in the success of this team here. I was really hoping he'd have a nice night here. Just never got on track, and the running game from the start, they got some good things going in the middle here, but the bookends just not great for this Mount Horeb offense.
Not a big senior class, but a pretty talented senior class for Mount Horeb Barneveld. And we'll go through the seniors as we wrap up the last 3:46 of this contest with West Bend East to go here. Lichtensteiger is going to get a leg into this one. High kickoff returnable and going to be taken.
Here's Primusberger.
The 19 bounces off of one, gets spun down around the 30 up to the 31. Primusberger, a sophomore, taken down right there. But we can talk a little bit about some of the seniors for this team up on the lines. Mason McNally and Garrett Waffler, a couple of seniors. Dane Sickler as well, some senior linemen. A couple of the other seniors, Tyler Beekner, who's been very active. Clay Utt, Mason Weaver, Ethan Tranel, Elijah Krantz, and Caleb McNamara are some of the seniors for this year's Vikings squad. What really stands out to me, though, is the number of players they're going to have coming back that have played significant roles this year. And I think that helps the continuity when you get guys, those juniors and even a couple of sophomores up on varsity and you get them into big roles. That helps the continuity year to year to stay on top and to stay competitive year in and year out.
Yeah, it's a credit to the coaches here building a strong program, deep program, and they're just going to keep on reloading.
Now throw the football to the near side, hits the grass, incomplete, looking for Buechner, one of the seniors we just talked about. You know, and for seniors, that last game is always a tough one, very emotional when you realize you've played your last high school football game, regardless of whether or not you're one of the studs that, you know, you're one of the 8% or so that goes on to play football beyond. It is still a tough moment when you're a senior high school football player, and it is it. They're getting closer to that moment with about 3 to play here. Helgeson will throw it near side. Buechner will make the grab. Sealed body into a man, gets spun out of bounds ahead of the 45, up near the 47-yard line, and a first down for the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings with 3:02 to play in the fourth quarter and 2 timeouts available. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds, and now the Vikings quickly up on the ball. So still going here on this drive. Buechner will get the grab, and now he'll make the juke move, and he'll get taken down inbounds across the 50 down to the 46. Clock will move. And now a flag, 2 flags thrown at the end of the play here, and that's never a good spot for flags to be coming out. Something was said down there. There wasn't a lot of pushing and shoving. Something was said, and the officials caught wind of it. And that is usually in the area of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Also looks like Buechner might be a little slow getting up.
Yep, he pops up now and comes to the sideline on the near side. And obviously being screened from the play. We're going to take a look at what happened here on the replay as he hits up and he goes down. And as he's down, just trying to, oh, the football was thrown by Buechner.
Buechner threw the football.
Threw it at one of the sons, so that is probably the penalty here. Personal foul. And they're going to get against the Suns.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, they're going to get it both ways. So the initial infraction and the retaliation, the penalty's offset.
Didn't really see much there for a personal foul to be called, but
he could have said something. You know, that's a case for the officials, Mark.
Yeah,
just
usually
saying,
that's unsportsmanlike if you
know.
But
getting a football thrown at you, I'd probably react too.
We definitely saw the football being thrown and frustration.
But it is 2nd and 3 after the offsetting penalties with 2:52 to play in the fourth quarter. 36-7, West Bend East leading Mount Horeb Barneveld. As last 6 minutes plus of this quarter have taken a bit. We've had the, had the injury timeouts and, just the long discussions on penalties trying to get it all sorted all right. We've had a couple of these offsetting things. So 2nd and 3, clock will go now. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver crowded in on the right for Helgeson. As Helgeson will take the snap and he'll give to Owens trying to cut it around left, and he'll slip and fall, taken down by the 45-yard line that time. So the 35-yard line and the 45-yard line each with a tackle.
They'll get you.
3rd and short coming up here. Time down to 2.5 to play in this game as West Bend East appears to be set to move on to play Monroe next Friday at Holyoke Field. Cheesemakers will play host there. Wrap this one up as Helgeson will get it, and he'll read and he'll give to Owens, who stays on his feet but gets tackled short of the 6. No, he spins out of it, pushes forward with that 3rd effort to get the first down to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 there as the clock stops as the chains move. 2:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Now the clock moving again.
Yeah, strong run here for Owens, something we've seen all season long, getting extra 5 yards after contact.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Helgeson looking to throw. Darts one near side. Keels got it, and he stays up on his feet before he is suplexed out of bounds, but he's tackled inbounds, they say. He'll get positive yardage down to the 35, and now with 95 seconds and counting left in regulation, Mount Horeb Barneveld lining up here. Got some of your seniors in there. Ott as one of the H-backs. Teams moving down the field. Here's Helgeson. Another quick toss to the near side. Keel trying to bring it back across inside the 25 down to the 24. Clock stops again while they move the chains with 1:17 to play in the fourth quarter. Helgeson will run probably 1, maybe 2 more plays, and then he might get the curtain call for some of the seniors for this program, as Krantz standing by himself on the near sideline. Might see some of them get in for, again, that curtain call. Owens will take the carry near side. He gets taken down Didn't really get out of the backfield there, and now we are under a minute to play here. West Bend East 36, Mount Horeb Barneveld 7. Turnovers, long runs, just things couldn't get going in the right direction today for the Vikings. But a great season overall, just couldn't quite get it going here today, Brad.
Yeah, it's been unlike them to give up these points, and their offense just never got on track.
Back to pass. Augustin looking to throw. Rolls to his right. Still looking to throw. He's in trouble. Goes down. He is sacked. And that will move it back. 3rd down and long. Don't know that they'll even run another play here. On this 3rd and long, they're running like they're coming back for a play. Coach St. Arnold with 14 seconds left. Send him back into the field. And we'll get a timeout taken by Mount Horeb Barneveld, and this is the curtain call that I was talking about. You might try to get your seniors out there one last time out on the field, perhaps, but we'll see what they elect to do with 5 seconds to play here. This is, again, this is the situation where you get the seniors in, just get them in one more snap and say thanks for all of your service to the program over the time you've spent with it. And you know, certainly for this group of seniors, as you talked about, accomplishing something no team had ever accomplished and getting the conference championships back-to-back. 9-2 season, nothing to sneeze at. It's, you know, 9 wins is a heck of an achievement in high school football. Means you had yourself a pretty good year. Let's see the huddle break here. Looks like they're going to try to run one more play.
Back-to-back conference championships, first time in school history. They won their first outright in 20 years this year as well. A lot to be proud of.
Likely the last play of the season. They're going to throw it towards the end zone. It's up. Tranel goes up, and he has got it. Touchdown, Mount Horeb Barneveld. As they will put the exclamation point at the end of this 2022 season, as Ethan Tranel, the senior, caps off a wonderful career for the Vikings with a touchdown catch at the end of regulation. 36-13, your final score from here at Mount Horeb High School. Again, your final. West Bend East defeats Mount Horeb Barneveld 36-13 in level 2 of the WIAA High School Football Playoffs. And right now, I believe we send it back for a quick word from everyone here at Wisco Radio. Back after this.
I think we're going to keep things right here.
Got you. Okay.
Actually.
All right, so that'll give us a chance to not only wrap up stats, but tell you about next week's matchup. So it will be West Bend East at Monroe next Friday night at 7 o'clock in the level 3 game, the state quarterfinal game. So that is the matchup next week. West Bend East have to figure out what to do about the injury situation. Peyton Fountain's out in the handshake line, shaking hands out there. Nate King also getting hurt in this game. So if those two players can come back, and you see the exchange, and I like this right at the end here. Fountain and Drew Primusberger, who's the one who tackled him on that play, he came up and gave him a big old hug, and you see the guys nodding and fist bumping after that. That's something you love to see in terms of sportsmanship in high school football.
Yeah, for sure, and not intentional, just somebody trying to make a play. And you can see the respect there for MHB and hopefully okay there for Fountain.
For sure. Well, for Mount Horeb Barneveld, the season is complete at 9-2. And now, next up for the Vikings, will be playing on August 18th, 2023, as they will be playing at McFarland to kick off the 2023 high school football season. So the season next year, you can hear all the games, of course, and see all the games here on Wisco Radio. Brad, been great to work with you. A big thanks to our cast and crew as well for all of their production and work on this broadcast here today. I'm Jimmy Kuska, and once again, your final score, West Bend East 36, Mount Horeb Barneveld 13. Have a great evening, everybody.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Doctors Steve Samuelson and Lauren Taw are your local eye care professionals. Samuelson Eye Care provides the highest quality optometric care for both adults and children in a friendly, comfortable, and professional environment. Clear vision starts with healthy eyes, so contact Samuelson Eye Care at 437-3377. That's 437-3377 to schedule an exam today. You'll be glad you did.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld Gridiron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
Farmers Savings Bank is proud of their community banking tradition. Farmers Savings Bank is committed to providing a high level of customer service and products to enhance the well-being of the communities they serve. Whether it is for a home, farm, land, or business loan, Farmers Savings Bank has money to lend. Be sure to call your local Mount Horeb Farmers Savings Bank today at 437-2265. Farmers Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do you have a home in the Mount Horeb area that you want to sell? Well, we have a solution for you. First Weber of Mount Horeb is your hometown realtor and is committed to finding you the perfect home. In town or in the country, Mark Nortman and his team will help you find the property of your dreams. Do you or a friend have a home or property that you need listed? Well, call us. We have motivated buyers for these properties. For the exposure and experience you need, call Mark Nortman at 575-3393 or visit them online today at firstweber.com. First Weber of Mount Horeb, your hometown realtor.